Welcome one and all to another amazing night here in Tranquility.
We absolutely are in for a treat of a match here tonight, no question about it.
And the grenade from Pomku eliminate everybody on the field.
Damage from something as well is going to be applied there to Death Blossom, and it's going to be huge. Fighting 3.
The double kill with the Bastion ulti? Alright, I see you guys.
For B-Well, look to find a stick there, finds the stick, they find two with it!
Those who find the picks will save the fight, and they don't really need to save what they've already won.
And Cam with the 4-man punch off the map!
Experience tranquility.
All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Tranquility here. We're in our Ascension tournament draft here, or Ascension draft tournament, my bad. My name is Dexatron. I am joined by Karma tonight, and Karma, we're in for a hell of a night here.
Yeah, we're in for a hell of a night, and not even to mention that we're gonna see some good Overwatch. We're just gonna be fumbling over one name and one name in particular. Dracurious. It's a dragon. It's just a dragon. I'm gonna try to pronounce it my best, but we got them versus the Fish Sticks today. Dabmaster versus Navino. Two teams that I think it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting. A lot of GMs on both sides, few masters here and there. But if you don't know what the Ascension tier is, it's open. Anybody can be in here. Anybody, if you're higher than GM, anything like that. It's gonna be exciting. We're gonna see some pretty good Overwatch, I feel like, today.
You are absolutely right about that here. But let's just give you kind of the lay of the land here for this tournament. For the round robin part of it, we'll be seeing best of 3, so first to 2s. It'll go push, escort, and I believe control will be the last map there. But push map actually has a little bit of an interesting twist to it this time. We are having map bans. Yeah, there's only 3 maps, but we're gonna see these teams ban 2 maps. The one remaining at the end will be the map that we eventually see played here.
Yeah, and of course with that, since it isn't seeding style, they're just going for a coin flip, and it looks like we already have map 1 all set and selected. We're going to Rome, Dex. We're going to Colosseo, the Colosseum map. In my opinion, one of the best looking maps in Overwatch 2. Best played. It's up for debate. I really like it personally because I'm a Brawl player. I love playing Brawl. But some people have different opinions about that. What is your opinion about heading into Colosseo first?
I mean, of all the push maps we have in the game at the moment, Colosseo is probably the one that I would gravitate towards. Push is still one of those modes that I don't necessarily know if I like it or if I dislike it. I feel like, unless you absolutely steamroll a team, that 10-minute timer is probably the biggest downside for me.
Yeah, and 2, not even to mention, especially if you go super far in your first push, then it's like you're more than likely going to win unless they somehow just win 15 team fights in a row, which it could happen. I'm not going to say it's not, but it's definitely one of those things where it's like once you get a little bit deflated as the time goes on. You're like, how much longer is this? Oh, it's only been like a minute. I feel like it's been like 15 so far.
Yeah, but Trank is definitely the home of 100-meter deficits or 100-meter comebacks in overtime.
Oh, yeah. It really is. Yeah.
Yeah, but like you said, the players in this are some incredibly good players much better than me. Like you said, a couple GMs, a couple top 500s in these teams already right now. And as you start to see, these are some really recognizable names if you've been playing around in Trank or some other of the leagues here. You definitely are recognizing some of these names.
Yeah, you really are. Glitch, of course, that pops out in mind because of some stuff behind the scenes. They're always popping up. Dab Master's always popping up. I'm excited to watch those two really try to pop off and just play what they can do. But it looks like we're sort of seeing a mirror here, except for one key difference. Dab Master is on the Mei and Popstar Mike is on the Ana, as well as Dragons on the Reaper. Whereas for the side of Fish Sticks, R is on the Cassidy, Donkey Kong is on the Ashe, and Glitch is on the Moira, the scientist herself.
I mean, you said it was a little bit of almost a mirror, but only
mirror, but not really. It's not a mirror at all. It's one of those things where it's like they have the same tank and they have one support that's similar. It's close. It's close enough.
It's like using a glass window as a mirror. You can kind of see yourself, but you're seeing right through it as well here. But you immediately see these teams immediately coming out to fight around the cart, and that's exactly what you always kind of see on push maps to start off. You're just looking for one team to make the mistake, maybe push a little bit too far right there. But Dadmaster able to land a nice headshot there onto Donkey Kong, does force him to fall back a little bit.
Yeah, it makes them fall back just a little bit, but they are starting to go. And Popstar Mike finds one onto Funjin, and that's the key about having a Mei instead of no Mei. You could just wall off anybody, and then the side of Darkrai is just taking their space here as they want.
Yeah, and you immediately see it. They got rid of Funjin first, and that was their Lucio. That was their ticket to get into the fight and a ticket to get out of the fight. They were not able to get out of the fight there, as you see Dadmaster taking out 2. Dragon will take down the 3rd, and you already see everyone here on the Dracarys here just trying to push up, force the Fish Sticks to play in their spawn here a little bit.
Yeah, push them up, try to get them in the spawns. Make sure that they can't take the space for free, and especially with having Dabmaster on the Mei, it's going to be very difficult for Fish Sticks here to try to re-engage it into it.
Yeah, but right now you immediately see them just kind of falling back here as the Fish Sticks do re-engage here. No ultimates really ready on the board right now for either side, but our Aura here really close to a high noon. Dabmaster and Popstar Mike are close to their ultimates as well. Both these ultimates can win team fights for them, but Aura's Deadeye here is right. Navina though finding Dragon out early is huge. Choi Suwan though coming right back and getting a trade there onto Aura. A DPS down for each side, but Dorito falling there for the Dracarys is not what you want to see. The Fish Sticks starting to get some momentum here, but the Blizzard comes out here from Dabmaster. Choi Suwan, Dabmaster take down 2. Donkey Kong will find 1 here, but as long as this Ramatra is still alive right now for the Dracarys, it is very scary for the Fish Sticks, even with their spawn advantage. But Donkey Kong coming back in, picking up 2 kills. That'll give them their first control of the bot here.
Yeah, not to mention too, Dracarius, they use 3 ultimates there. They use the Ana Nano, they use the Freeze, and they use Annihilation there, whereas Fishsticks, they only use the Bob. They only use 1 ultimate, and they're still up to gain some spots, and now they have both the Coalescence from Glitch and the High Noon still from the side of Aura, as well as they're close to their own Annihilation, something that's going to be very interesting to watch heading into this team fight.
Yeah, but Orb popping that High Noon out here early. Definitely looking for some here. Not going to be able to find anyone off it. Great plays coming out there from the Dracarius here. Dorito does have this beat ready to go, but Fungin able to find Dragon out here early as the Coalescence comes out here from Glitch, trying to find as much damage as they possibly can here. They're trying to get rid of Dab Master, but they all Ice Block, keep themselves alive. Or we'll take care of Popstar Mike, Dab Master, Dorito, all falling by the wayside. Troy Suwan also heading back to the spawn here as the Fishsticks now might be able to take the lead off the back of that fight.
Yeah, they really could, especially with Aura finding those 3 right there. Only thing that Dracarius has right now is they have that beat still, and they have the Blossom, whereas on the side of Fishsticks, they have the beat and their Annihilation. So 2 things that could be very win fighty here.
Yeah, and you're definitely going to be watching out for Dragon here. They definitely want to try to get in the backline, but hey, now no beat available. This Blossom becomes free, essentially, especially with Troy Suwan picking up Glitch. No supports left now for Fishsticks, and you're going to see Dragon and Dorito hold on to these ultimates here, and look at the rest of the Dracarius here. They're about to come into this next team fight with potentially all 5 ultimates.
Yeah, all 5 ultimates, and Fishsticks making a swap, Glitch going off of the Moira onto the Baptiste to try to stay alive a little bit more with the Lamp, but even then, now it's all the momentum is on the side of Dracarius, especially, like you said, have almost 5 ultimates up and ready to go.
Yeah, Navino's ultimate here has to be huge to keep them alive. Dragon trying to get out, but oh, it looked like Dab Master Mike accidentally blocked their teammate in there. Navino will be able to take care of them, so no Blossom ready this fight for the Dracarius here, but they do continue to push. The Annihilation is ready for the Vita. They're still holding on to it here, but Fishsticks actually now coming back into some fights. Troy Suwan, though, gonna pop their Annihilation right now, forcing the Annihilation to come out here from Navino. Just 2 robots throwing punches at each other, and the one who threw the first punch was able to win it in the end.
Yeah, I was able to throw the first punch as well as getting the nano too from Popstar Mike. But Fishsticks, they're trying not to give it up. They're trying to keep it alive. Donkey Kong using the Bob to try to contest the point as much as they can. It looks like they might try to be turning it here, but Bob is asleep on the job and isn't able to stay alive much longer.
Yeah, or though able to find Popstar Mike, immediately trade out there by Troy Suwan right now. Look how close the Dracarius are here to actually almost capping this first point, but without the members there of their team, you immediately see Troy Suwan just fall back as the Fishsticks try to retake control and do take control of the spot.
Yeah, Fishsticks take control again, and it feels like it's sort of what we saw before. Fishsticks, they have the High Noon, and now they have Glitch's ultimate. This time it's the Amplification Matrix instead of the Coalescence last time. But on the side of Dracarius, they have 3 ultimates that I feel like you pop one and it could be a team fight.
Yeah, but at the same time, Dragon and Dorito have been holding on to these ultimates forever. Dragon finally uses it, only finds one thing there, but you do see the Blitz coming here from Dadmaster trying to get them back into this one. They do lose their life right after it. The Fishsticks, they already come package frozen half the time. They just walk right through that blizzard.
Yeah, they really do. I don't think anybody really got frozen except for Navino on the Ramatra, which, yes, that's sort of what you want. So that way the tank can't do anything. But hey, if it's just a tank and the rest of people are behind an amplification matrix just shooting you, that's a little bit rough. But again, on the side of Dracarius, they're coming into this again, still with beat, and as well as Popstar Mike's nano, whereas they do drop the beat to try to take this fight.
Dragon, though, able to find the first kill here on the Donkey Kong. Troy Suwan picking up Glitch as well. This is a great start here for them. They're trying to turn it into more, and they're definitely going to be able to do that as Navino in a bad spot right there. Basically 3 against 1. Yeah, the Ramatra can do a lot on their own, but not in that situation there. Fungin will find one, but that's going to be the only thing the Fishsticks are able to say about that last team fight.
Yeah, the one thing that's good about that, though, is especially since Fungin just got the one, I believe it was their May and Dab Master. So you're going to be basically down 2, especially here with Dorito going back to pick them up. So it could be Fishsticks trying to take this fight early, but Darkrai's do have 2 ultimates. They have the Nano Ramatra ult combo that could be very, very detrimental for the side of Fishsticks.
Yeah, but Fishsticks does have Bob ready to go here, and that could be dangerous for them, but that match able to find Fungin out early. Troy Suwan is nanoed right now, able to punch 1, punch 2 out right there. The Bob does come out here from Donkey Kong, but will only do so much there. Now the Vino in the back line will get taken out there by Troy Suwan. All they have to do is get rid of Glitch here, and Glitch probably should just give up in this fight. Dragon will take care of them, and now the Dracarius here, easily might be able to get these forward spawns.
Yeah, I think they really can. I don't think there's really going to be anybody there to even touch it, so I think they get it for free. And not to even mention their Popstar Mike Nano Choice on, he didn't even need to pop the Annihilation. He just wanted their fists blazing and was able to get a nice view, whereas Fish Sticks now, they're looking to re-engage this with the Annihilation. Dark Radius just sort of backed up completely once they got those forward spawns, just trying to take a full team fight instead of fighting with maybe 1 or 2 down.
Yeah, but right now, the fight is going on here. Dam has to get a throw in their Blizzard here to start everything off. It catches a couple out here right now. Navino frozen, then slept, and then woke up. And Donkey Kong finds Dorito. Navino now pops their Annihilation. Choi Suwon pops their Annihilation right now. Both incredibly low, trying to find the other one. Choi Suwon, even with blocking, is able to find 2 there. Orla will find Popstar Mike, but the damage might have already been done in this team fight.
Yeah, being able to get those supports off first, so that way Navino couldn't get healed was great, as Navino switches over to the Winston now instead of keeping with the Ramatra mirror for himself. But it might be a little bit too late as we go under the 2-minute mark, and Dark Rays has that early spawn advantage.
And Dragon taking care of Fungin. Again, very early in a team fight, we've seen Fungin fall, and that really forces the Fish Sticks to play on a little bit of a defensive kind of positioning without that Lucio being able to get you in and out of fights fast. Dragon also has this Bob ready to go here. You immediately see Navino just jump into the back line, and that might have been the worst thing they could do is they try to jump out, but they get denied there by Dam Master's wall. Bob out on the field takes care of one there. Dragon able to find another one with their Dynamite, and Donkey Kong just jumps off the map to regroup with their team here for a team kill for the Dracaris.
A team kill for the Dracaris, and now Aura switching over to the Widow, trying to make something happen, especially with them just about to go under a minute and having about a 60-meter checkpoint up before ahead of Fish Sticks.
Yeah, Aura here definitely trying to find a headshot there. Not going to be able to. Navino will take care of Dragon, though. That's a nice pick off here for the Fish Sticks as they want to try to get something going here, and they want to try to get that going fast. Everyone basically diving in on Choi Su-won here. The Nano coming back out on them. Remember what happened last time? They were able to find 2 kills off of a Nano here. That's a great use of that ability right there, but Choi Su-won just with this pressure that the Ramatra was able to have, and just the sustain as Dorito also invests the beat in this fight. They want to try to end this map here and now.
Yeah, they really do. Choice of one popping the Annihilation. They're trying to get Navino down after he killed Aura, but Fish Sticks are just staying alive. They're not giving this up completely. Fungin is 10% off of their beat drop. Glitch finds one but falls itself. Aura finds Popstar Mike, so very little healing for the side of Dark Rays. But the Blizzard comes out, and it looks like it's Dark Rays map at the very end of the day.
Yeah, and it will be. There are signs of life from the Fish Sticks early in the map, but towards the end, after the Dracaris really were able to get that forward spawns, the Fish Sticks were never really able to get anything back.
Yeah, they really weren't being able to and also too, being able to back up, get a full regroup instead of, I think they were down 1. A lot of people tend to just be like, you know what, we're down 1, we're just going to keep fighting it. Might as well back up. You get the early spawn, they're almost there. Just might as well keep on fighting. This is... You think Ramacha, you think the block, that's sort of what it is there. You just sort of, you hold your hands in front of your face, and you just kill 3 somehow.
Yeah, but like we kind of mentioned before this series started here, best of 3, so first to 2, the losers will pick the next map, and we're heading to an escort map here. I don't believe there's a ban with this with escort. It's just loser picks.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
No, I was about to say, yeah, I believe it is just loser's pick for this.
But, I mean, Karma, we saw a lot there from those 2 teams. Players definitely popping off for each side. But the Fish Sticks not able to win that map there. Have to win this map to force a map 3. What kind of play style do you think that they're going to try to go in for here? Because we did basically primarily only see the Ramatra Brawl there, basically the entirety of Coliseum. We did see Fish Sticks kind of swap off there at the end. My feeling is they kind of swap off the more comfort picks, trying to just be able to find 1 or 2 lucky kills and then maybe swap off to something else.
Yeah, I feel like it might be rough, especially with Escort. There's sort of a lot of stuff that you can play if you go to different maps. I think, especially with, I believe map 2 just got selected with us heading to Circuit Royale. But I feel like with Circuit Royale, I feel like basically what you can really play is you just run the SIG comp. You run the double sniper SIG comp. I think that's going to be your best bet. If they're comfortable with it, I think you could be great. If they're not, I think you can run a sort of brawl style. I think it's going to be a lot more rough because of it. But I think here, if you're Fish Sticks, I think you need to go to what you're comfortable with, and if that comfortable is the Sig double sniper, I think you could do fine, especially with how sort of strong Dexatron looked after they got that first checkpoint.
Yeah, definitely. And the little bit of Owl I've been able to watch here recently, and the couple times I've seen Circle Royale played, you definitely do see that Sig duel come out. The double snipers come out for each side here. It's going to be really interesting to see if the Dracaris will try to match that double sniper thing here, because you would definitely imagine, especially towards the end of Coliseo there, when we saw, I believe it was Aura for the Fish Stick swap over to that Widowmaker, that they want to try to play at least one sniper into this comp.
Yeah, and not to mention too as well, like I think Ashe has been getting a lot of playtime with the Widowmaker nerfs. I think Ashe is still very good in some senses, especially against the Sigma, where you could just throw a dynamite over the shield, get some burn. Only thing that's a little bit rough is you don't really get that one-shot potential unless you're running a Mercy pocket, which I think Mercy is just uber mega weak right now because you're only enabling one person instead of basically enabling your whole team onto one person with the Zenyatta. But at the end of the day, you could still run that Ashe and be able to get some sort of value with it, as we see almost a mirror. This one's closer to a mirror, in my opinion. The only thing that's different is Popstar Mike is sticking with the Ana, and Video Gamer, who switched in for Glitch, is now playing the Baptiste.
Crimson is also coming in here for Fish Sticks. I forget who they're coming in for because I'm terrible with names. But again, no.
Fungin.
Really, yeah, Fungin. Absolutely correct there. Thank you for that. The Dracaris, though, no subs coming in for them. Looks like they want to try to end this series here and now.
Yeah, it really does look like they want to end it here and now. And hey, might as well do it. No, you're not doing this. You're going to Zen, aren't you? You better do that, Crimson. I don't trust you with this Lifeweaver. Okay, he's just throwing up a little thing so that the Widow can get a pick. But yeah, that's perfect. That's the perfect look at it. The Widowmaker nerf made it so that way you can't get a one-shot there. Now, they do have to back up a bit because obviously you are still super weak, and if you are hit by like a Sigma ball, then you die. But that master gets one. But again, that's the Widow for right there for you. They could have been up one, but now they're actually down one instead.
Yeah, and it would have been, that's the difference there of 2 kills essentially, because Donkey Kong landing that shot there onto Dabmaster, so that kill wouldn't have never happened if Dabmaster would have died there. That Widow nerf, like you said, has changed a lot there, but Donkey Kong able to find Dabmaster there that time. Now we can start to see the Fish Sticks get going here. You see Donkey Kong just grapple up in the air there. They're definitely looking for someone here, but again, it really comes down to, in my opinion, this battle of these 2 tanks right here. Whoever's going to be able to force their other team into a very peculiar position is going to probably be the team that ends up winning.
Yeah, and especially with Sigma too, you want to be able to try to hold that position. You do have a rock, you have the eat, you have your shield to try to sort of cycle through the abilities to try to stay alive. And honestly, Choice of One is getting a lot of damage. Popstar Mike is super close to the Nano, and if they pop it early, then it could be rough for the side of Fish Sticks.
Yeah, and you see right there, Choice One having to get healed there. They do get that nade there to get themselves all the way back up. Almost the Nano coming out onto them as well, trying to counter the damage which here from Video Gamer right now. They're just staring straight at it. Donkey Kong able to take care of them, and look what happens after they lose their Sigma. 2 more members fall. The healers now just trying to get out. Dorito not going to be able to escape, and it looks like at the moment, Popstar Mike might just be able to.
Popstar Mike might be able to, but Arta's chasing him down, trying to make sure they can't get out. But yeah, being the only 2 people here with the Sigma and the Ana, it could be going very bad, especially if the rest of the team for Fish Sticks or Dark Race decides to just sort of stay back a little bit and try not to get. But it looks like that they're starting to group up as the Flux comes out for Choice One does get one at least, so it could be a retake for the side of Dracarius as they find another one. And yeah, the Dragons come out as well for the side of Fixit to try to get some spawn in, but Choice of One finds another one. And yeah, that was actually really good for Dark Rays, baiting them in, trying to get that extra pick. And then the second that the whole team regrouped for the side of Dracarius, they were just able to flip it ahead.
Aura able to find Damas there in a tight spot. And now you see Choi Su-won going after Aura, following them into that small room. Donkey Kong gonna be able to win the Widow duel there on to Dragon, as you see both Sigmas here just going at it right now. And oh, Donkey Kong able to land a headshot there, would have been able to take care of Dorito, but they did not, and Dorito able to escape with their life. They grapple themselves up into the air, looking for anyone they can here, as the fish sticks finally get back to the cart here. And you do see a couple ultimates ready for them right now. They have that flux ready to go, but Dorito can instantly pretty much counter it.
Yeah, Dorito really can just instantly get it. Diamaster does have the dragons, as we see them popped right away to try to gain some space and actually splits the rest of the team as he gets dove on by Aura's Genji, and Navino pops the flux as well, but Donkey Kong is able to find one and is getting ready to pop some more heads.
Dorito does use the Transcendence there once that flux came out there from Navino. Now the Nano on the Choi Su-won right now, and you see Crimson there pop their Transcendence, keep themselves alive. Choi Su-won not going to find a lot of value with that Nano there. Dragon will find one, but they're going to have to escape, as a Widowmaker is not that good in close quarter battle.
No, it really isn't, but again, they just got a little bit too aggressive. Fish Sticks is able to turn it on its head, able to turn it on its head as Dabmaster stays alive and is trying to turn this actually.
And Damas is doing a great job here, especially with Dorito right there to support. Dragon will find Aura, and what almost was a certain 0.2 cap there for the Fish Sticks ends up not being from that pressure from Dabmaster, with some support there from Dorito.
Yeah, it really was, and I think it's sort of interesting too. We didn't really talk about it. Aura did swap to the Genji, something that is decent, especially against a double sniper. Try to get up in their face, get the deflect off, makes them try to shoot themselves.
Oh.
But Choi So-won goes for the early flux and dies because of it. Aura finds one, and now they're already down 2 for the side of Dracarius.
I think Choi Su-won actually got bouldered out of his flux by Navino there. He got stunned halfway up in the air, so no damage came from it. Yeah, he died on his way down anyway, so it wouldn't matter. But now the Fish Sticks finally capping 0.2 here. Dabmaster, though, coming alive here, looking for a third. Popstar Mike going to take that one away from them there, but a huge play coming out there from Dabmaster.
Yeah, Dabmaster is just sort of, it seems like it's a carry. It is his team, so he's going to carry it to victory, it seems like, at least trying to, being able to, a second that they're like, hey, we need some picks, he's able to do it for them. But on the side of Fish Sticks, they do have the Blade, and they have the Amplification Matrix, something that could go fairly well, especially if you're able to bait out the Nano for the side of the other team.
And look, this Amplification Matrix does come out here, but you immediately see Choi Su-won just kind of walk in front of it, forcing the Fish Sticks to play from behind it as Choi Su-won finds Crimson, but here comes the Blade! Oh my goodness there, Dragon! Able to find one, Donkey Kong immediately shuts them down, but it doesn't matter as Dragon got themselves their clip.
Yeah, Dragon able to hit that nice shot. It wasn't a headshot, but he was fairly low, so he didn't even need to hit it. But on the side of Fish Sticks, they're swapping it up already. Aura switching over off of the Genji onto the Tracer now to try to deal some more close range damage. But Dabmaster is like, you know what? I'm going to take this fight. I'm feeling it. This is my heat check as he gets it. Oh, man.
Dabmaster's heat check right now is definitely something that is it's not going to stop right now. Dabmaster has been on a tear so far right now. Donkey Kong does have their sights up there on Popstar Mike. You do see Dragon poking their head out, and eventually Popstar Mike decides to poke their head out first, gets punished for it. Aura able to take down Choi Su-won as well. Dabmaster, though, the heat check finally gets shut down there by Donkey Kong. But oh man, what a heat check that was for them.
Yeah, that really was just shutting down Aura every single time they walked up to him. But now on the side of Fish Sticks, you have the point, but you don't really have an ultimate. You do have the Transcendence, but on the side of Darkrai, they have their own Transcendence as well as Choi Su-won's Flux. I can't talk today. So if he's able to not get rocked out of it, then this could be pretty good for the side of Darkrai, especially with them with Fish Sticks just having a little bit over a minute left to push.
Aura able to find Dragon out here early. Now it's a battle of the Sigmas on this high ground here. The Flux coming out right now. This is going to be deadly here. The lamp will be able to keep everyone here for the Fish Sticks alive right now. Choi Su-won trying to back up. Ooh, excellent use of their shield there to deny that boulder. But as well, Dabmaster on that high ground. We're going to take it out by Donkey Kong there. But wait, the Dracaris, they're almost forgetting about the cart. Fish Sticks less than 2 meters away right now. Transcendence coming out here from Dorito, trying to keep themselves alive. The Nano on the Choi Su-won. Swaps coming out. Dragon going over to the Tracer. Dragon's coming out now from Dabmaster from spawn, trying to get anything to keep this fight alive. Donkey Kong, though, finding 2 already. Aura able to find a 3rd. Video Gamer finding the 4th, and the fish sticks will be able to complete Circuit Royale with time based off that last couple fights there.
Yeah, that was really good too, especially for Fistix. But on the side of Curious, they just sort of, it seemed like they forgot about the point. They just sort of like, hey, there's 3 people up here, let's try to kill them. Meanwhile, the Zen is just sitting on the point, just like, hey, I'm just going to keep on moving the point. Nobody's really dealing with me. I'm just going to stay alive. And then they ended up capping it because on the side of Decarius, they had to immediately rush to the point because it was super close to being capped.
Yeah, and we basically watched that entire fight happen right there. It was Choi Soo-won on the high ground versus Navino. Basically, the Sigma duel that we've been seeing all map. They were so focused in on that fight up there. A lot of resources up there. Dab Masters up there, and they were basically really the only one, in my opinion, kind of watching the cart. Maybe Dragon as well, watching the cart. But Dragon got taken out. Dab Master got taken out early, and that's when you started to see the fish sticks. Wait, did the names change? Oh yeah, names.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, my bad. Fish sticks kind of just slowly just letting that, or just pushing the cart further and further because the Dracaris were so focused on that high ground fight.
Yeah, it did. And now, especially now that we see Fish Sticks on the defense getting, I think they're going to try to spawn camp this, and I think they're going to try to stand on top of the point. There's like a little area that you could stand on top of that they're TPing into right now, which it seems good in theory, but I could see them also just being like, hey, let's just run to the point and just not worry about them.
It looks like they expect this.
Yeah.
Oh, here they come right now. Dadmaster going over to the Junkrat here. Interesting pick here. I do like it, especially trying to just get rid of this hold, but Aura able to take care of Popstar Mike, who went straight to the cart with the honor there. But again, you have to try to get Aura off this high ground now. Dragon will be able to do that, but the damage kind of already done here in this first fight.
Yeah, it really is, and I'm surprised that instead of going to the Junkrat for Dabmaster, I'm surprised they didn't just go to the pharmacy, just go off that left-hand side and just shoot them, whereas you get somebody else on that right-hand side. As you see the Ryan pin off, I wonder if somebody was on the point, but yeah, Dragon was still alive, so yeah, they're just gonna try to run on this Ryan right here.
Yeah, and you immediately see everyone here for the Fish Sticks trying to come down, make sure they can keep Navino alive here. Dorito will find one. Down goes Navino. Now, the Dracaris have a great opportunity here to try to clean up this team fight fast and get some free distance, as I imagine we're going to see some swaps coming out here from the Fish Sticks.
Yeah, as we see it almost immediately, they switch to the double sniper comp. I wouldn't be surprised if Video Gamer switches over to the Zenyatta instead of the Lucio. Yep, as he comes out. But I decided to Curious. They're sort of staying the same thing. They're like, hey, you know what? We do have some all charge. Might as well keep it going. They do have some momentum, and it could be good, especially around this first corner if they're able to provide pressure onto the Sig, wall them off, or shield them off, I should say, with Choice of One shield from Arasha. It should be good for the side of Curious here.
Yeah, but the Fish Sticks really only having this amplification matrix ready to go right now. They need to, whenever they use it, make sure that it wins them the team fight, as ultimates are not really their strong suit here at the moment. Navino and Aura able to build up their ultimates pretty fast. As you see that amplification matrix come out, it doesn't win them a team fight, but it does force the Dracaris here to fall back as they are just waiting for it to go away.
Yeah, it saves them about 15 seconds, and now Choice of One pushing in, gets nanoed, but Donkey Kong finds 2 and is set up to get more.
Aura will be able to find Troy Suwon there, and Dorito will follow it up, making a third there for Aura right now. The snipers here coming alive for the Fish Sticks. You're definitely seeing why they picked this map.
Yeah, it really is, and something too about the Ramatra comp is that, especially if they do have double sniper on that side, if you would have hit that shot, that would have been insane. But you can't just shield off the double sniper. You sort of have to use your shield a little bit differently, because the shield for Ramatra isn't that good in my opinion. You just really use Ramatra for the block, but now with it, they just have free reign.
Dammaster sticking on the sim right now, gonna force out the wall here, trying to give them a lot of space. Crimson and Video Gamer, or Choice of One, gonna be able to trade here. Choice of One, though, finding 2, make it 3 with the Annihilation. Dragon will find a 4th here right now. It's all up to Navino, but at this point, Navino's just trying to kill some time.
Yeah, he really is. And that was great. Even though they did have to use a lot of ultimates there, they had to use, I think, 3 ultimates there, but Dadmaster switching over to the Sombra now instead of the Symmetra to try to deal some damage onto the Video Gamer Zen and pop off and make sure that the trans gets popped so that way Dragon has a free Death Blossom into the side of Fish Sticks.
Yeah, the vibes are coming out there from Donkey Kong right now. Fish Sticks trying to rain as much damage as they can there onto Troy Siwan, who immediately falls back. They do get bolder there right now. Video Gamer does have this Transcendence ready to go here. Troy Siwan using that block to perfection right now, able to keep themselves alive through all that.
Yeah, surprisingly too. I'm so surprised that Popstar Mike didn't just pop the Nano on him. It seems like, but it looks like they're going to try to save it for probably the Nano Blossom as Transcendence comes out. It's for the Nano, but hey, that has a free Death Blossom now for the side of Dragon.
Yeah, and you definitely see Dragon looking for it. They spot their target, only going for Aura there. It looks like they definitely wanted to shut them down there. Dragon will lose their life for it, but you immediately see Dorito trade it out there onto Video Gamer. And now the Dracarys just kind of trying to walk through it, but Donkey Kong still on this Widowmaker, just doing a lot of damage, able to find more and more picks.
Yeah, really able to find more and more picks as they find Dorito. And now the Popstar Mike falls, and now it looks like Fish Sticks is just able to hold it, especially with behind the back of Donkey Kong. I'm surprised that going back to the Dragon's Bless Awesome, I'm surprised that he just didn't go for the core of the team because there's 3 people to the right. He could have just popped it. He could have just killed the Hanzo and jumped over to the right and gotten it. But who knows what they wanted to do. But now it looks like Dark Races, they're still sticking with this ramp top instead of switching over to the double sniper where Popstar Mike falls immediately because of it.
Yeah, again, don't want to see that happen here early as the amplification matrix come out here from Crimson. You see a lot of people getting incredibly low. Popstar Mike is definitely the main support for them at the moment. And hey, Dorito, their other support, falling by the wayside as well. Will force a fallback here from the Dracarys as you see a lot of swaps coming out for them as well.
Yeah, you see basically them switching over to sort of a mirror comp, getting ready to switch to that double sniper. The only reason why they're keeping Dorito on the Lucio and Dabmaster on the Sombra is because they're close to their ultimates. Dorito has the Flux and Dorito has the Beat Drop, and now Dabmaster has that EMP, which could go amazingly, especially if they're able to stay alive. But Aura finds that is on Dragon on the Widow.
And ooh, you see Aura there, almost actually able to take out Dabmaster there. But Popstar Mike able to find Aura is a huge thing for them, especially with the Pulse Bomb coming out, not finding anyone right there. Dorito now going very far in. The hack coming out there on Navino. They're definitely trying to get rid of them. The EMP came out. I don't think it found anyone there.
Oh, I don't think it did either. Dabmaster does find one though in Navino, and it looks like Dracarys is able to try to cap this. Hopefully, if they're able to stay alive, but Donkey Kong is still alive, and somebody's able to get a touch.
Yeah, they're definitely good. They're definitely gonna try to force us into overtime here. As Video Gamer coming out was on the Kariko. I did not notice that. Got their Kasumi Rush here pretty fast. Fish Sticks, all they really need to do here is basically win this team fight. They might end up winning this map. Immediately a trade going out each way. One support down now for each side. Video Gamer getting incredibly low, trying to keep themselves alive, but Donkey Kong coming back alive. Navino finds his second one as the Fish Sticks now in the driver's seat here, trying to clean up the last remaining members of the Dracarys right now. The amplification is coming out here from Popstar Mike. Won't matter when you get hit in the face with a rock like they did there. Navino finds a second one there, trying to find this last member of the Dracarys. They're around the point. Dorito trying their best on this Lucio. The rock comes out. Now the Flux coming out here from Troy Siwan, trying to keep themselves alive. They will find Crimson. Troy Siwan now coming alive for their team. They find Navino.
Yeah, they find 2 there, still alive. Aura trying to keep the point alive. Dabmaster is very low, but Choice One finds 3, finds Video Gamer. Pulse comes out for the side of Aura, 3 HP. Dragon gets it, but Dracarys is able to come alive at the very end on the back of Choice One, being able to be the sort of rock that they were able to get and getting that flux off and stay alive and stay on the point the entire time, making sure they didn't see 9.
Yeah, and the Dracarys, they really come back into that fight there. Something that I did not expect to see happen, but Troy Siwan popped that Flux perfectly, was able to find one with it, immediately translated into a kill there on Navino, and that gave them all the momentum they needed because they had their tank alive now. Only a minute to go here. The Fish Stick still in the driver's seat right now. Aura falls, but Crimson able to take care of Popstar Mike there on that Baptiste duel. And now you see the Fish Sticks here just trying to continue this. Dabmaster still sticking with this Sombra here. Gets an EMP off again. This time they're actually able to hit some members, finding 2, and they're finding more kills. But Donkey Kong, we have said their name several times already this round, finds another double kill here.
Yeah, finds 2 and is looking for the 3rd. Isn't able to get it. Tries to go a little bit aggressive, but Popstar Mike is there right right where he wants to be. But hey, now with they're on this third point, it's going to be tough for the side of Dark Rays to be able to push it, especially now that they're less than what Fish Sticks capped with. They're at less than 20 seconds remaining.
Dorito, though, able to find Aura is huge for the Dracaris here right now. They're trying to find another one off that. This Visor is really allowing them to know where Dragon is because they do have a Pulse Bomb ready to go here right now. And you do see the fight continuing here on point right now. Ooh, almost a nice shot coming out there from, I believe that was Donkey Kong, not able to find anyone there. Pulse Bomb still ready for Dragon right now. They're trying to go after Video Gamer, but Video Gamer showing off the skill there themselves, able to find that Tracer.
Yeah, able to find that Tracer, and Donkey Kong pops they get the window pop, but Choice of One gets him with a rock, and now it just looks like it's gonna be tough. Crimson finds one, trying to stay alive, trying to keep his team alive as well. Whereas Choice of One pops the flux and doesn't find any, gets 3 in there, but isn't able to capitalize on anybody.
Yeah, but you do see some of the Dracaris coming back here. Pulse Bomb coming out, misses the stick, will not find any damage off the back of it either right now. Video Game able to find Troy Su-Wan. That might be the beginning of the end here for the Dracaris this round. No tank, no shield. The Transcendence coming out here from Dorito as a last-ditch effort. Popstar and Mike falls. You do see both DPS right there for the Dracaris around the point, but Dorito falls. No support left. Aura finds Dab Master as well, and the Tracer not going to be able to get back in time. The Fish Sticks will force a map 3 in our first series tonight.
Yeah, they did great, especially with Donkey Kong being able to pop on side of Dexatron. Choice of One getting play of the game, and I think for good reason too. Popping off, making sure his team is able to stay alive, getting this flux, and oh, that was so close to almost C9ing. But yeah, Choice of One popping off, Dab Master popping off as well. Just all around great fights for both teams.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we kind of talked about it after the first map. The tank play was very key for both these teams, and it was very key here as well. But I want to give a huge shout out to, oh crap, I'm forgetting the name. Donkey Kong. I want to give a huge shout out to Donkey Kong. I feel like without their place, especially on the defensive side on that Widowmaker, the Fish Sticks don't end up winning this map. I feel like Donkey Kong came up in clutch in a lot of situations throughout Circuit Royale.
Yeah, they really did. Was able to get those nice little shots. We were talking about Dab Master on their own defense, going for those, getting that heat check, and that's sort of what happened with Donkey Kong as well. They were able to get that heat check, and they were just able to turn it around. It was just insane being able to watch both Donkey Kong and Dab Master going back and forth at it, it seems like.
Yeah, absolutely. It really was. Dab Master, though, they were playing that Hanzo. Different than the Widowmaker that Donkey Kong was playing, but still, same thing. The heat check was still there for both of them. It just took a much longer time for Donkey Kong to finally get shut down. It was shut down by a boulder there from Troy Su-Wan, but in the end, it was their team coming out on top here. While we are still waiting for our third map, remember, we will be going to a control map for this one. So no matter what, we're going to see a winner.
Yeah, we are going to see a winner. And I think with all the control maps too, it's going to be fairly simple because we saw sort of a Sigma. The only thing we haven't seen is sort of like that Winston comp come out yet, the Winston Brawl. But we could see it here, especially with, I believe map 3 has gotten confirmed to Lijiang Tower. So that's going to be interesting, especially with how each map is sort of simplified. You can run a little bit of Brawl. I think you see a lot of Winston on Garden still. Indoor, you see a lot of Rhine/Ramoucher comps. And then that third map, it's a lot of sim. You see the sim TP into the window, and then you just sort of drop on it. So it's either the Ram or the Ramoucher again. And I think with that, I think Dracarius might have the advantage because of what that we were able to see with them on Coliseo. But at the end of the day, it could be anybody's game.
Well, I believe we've seen a sim actually come out here for, I believe it was the Dracarius on Circle Royale there on their first little attack there on their push phase. They came out with the sim, basically didn't find a lot of value with it, only really stuck on it until they got their ultimate ready. Used it. It did win them a team fight there, got the first point, and then I think you immediately saw them swap off to, I believe, a Tracer, or no, it was the Sombra that they swapped off to here. But going to the Lijiang Tower, it is definitely, in my opinion, as someone who's probably played too many hours of Symmetra, a sim map. All 3 points. You talked about only one map really being a true sim map. You can play sim on basically all 3 points to great success here. But again, this is, in my opinion, a map you normally see at the start of a series, not at the end of a series. A lot of people like this map because it allows you to play a lot of different play styles. But in the end, you normally see a lot of Brawl, so I feel like we're going to kind of see what we saw on Coliseo with a lot of Ramatra.
Yeah, I think we could see a lot of Ramacha. I think we also could see a little bit of Ryan. He did get a small little buff going from 1200 shield to 1400 shield. Something that a lot of people are like, it doesn't really change much. But hey, 200 extra shield is still 200 extra shield. He could be played. Do I think we're going to see him? Not really. We saw a lot of Ramacha. We saw a lot of these two tanks favoring the Ramacha over the Ryan. I think we're going to see a lot of that. And I think also, too, one thing, too, that we didn't really talk about, we could be a sim. We could also see a Junkrat, too. Especially in indoor, just being able to take control of the white room and just sort of lob down those nades and just be able to do it. As we saw Dabmaster swap to it after getting sort of spawn camped on first point, he switched to it immediately, and I'm like, hey, you know what? You could do it here now in Lijiang Tower.
Yeah, definitely. Control Center is definitely a map that you could see a Junkrat come out on, because like you said, that white room, that upper room there right next to the point, definitely a prime space for it. But looks like we're going to be heading to Night Market first here. Actually, no, it's morning market right now. But I mean, just looking at these two teams here, thank you for laughing at that. That was a terrible joke.
It was.
Looking at these two teams here, really no swaps coming out from either of them. And honestly, I'm not surprised here for the Fish Sticks. I think they found a good 5 there on Circle Royale. The Dracarys, though, I would have expected to maybe see one swap, but still just sticking with everyone they had here.
Yeah, they really are, and especially too now we're seeing the two sort of styles that you can play on this. We see the Dracarius on the standard sort of brawl, get to the point first, make sure they can't touch. Whereas on the side of Fish Sticks, you see this sort of Farah dive, what a lot of people has coined as like the Saudi Arabian comp, which they like to run it with Yinsa on the Farah, and then just sort of pocketing him, going after the core. That as soon as you get a rocket direct, then you go after whoever they pick. But instead of the ball, you see Navino on the Diva instead, and I think it could be fairly interesting to see how these two, as Aura gets an icicle to the face from Dabmaster.
Yeah, but they're immediately able to get healed right back up because of that pharmacy combo they have right now with Video Gamer. And you did see, this is what the Fish Sticks want. They want to try to have the pharmacy in that backline trying to do a lot of damage, but however, the rest of their team, not in a very good spot.
No, they really weren't. It's something that I feel like this comp, it's very good, especially if you have a very, very good Farah, and you have to deal with that. If you're facing against this brawl, if they start to peek out, you need your Farah to be there to shoot at them and make sure that they are low enough for your team to sort of do it. And you need to play super, super split, so that way you just can't get rushed on like what they're doing right now again on the side of Dracarys.
But look at this, Aura able to find Dragon out here early in a team fight, and they found the sim, in my opinion, is a really good thing. If you're able to get rid of those turrets from her incredibly early into a team fight, that gives you a lot of free space. Oh, the boop there almost coming up, but Don Kong able to find Popstar Mike. The barrage actually coming out from Aura very early, but in the end, it only finds one. However, it doesn't necessarily matter as the rest of their team able to clean up the rest of the Dracarys there.
Yeah, they really are, and I'm surprised that the barrage came out. Didn't really seem like they needed it, but hey, might as well get a little bit of style points as we see Donkey Kong going for that style points as well, using the pulse bomb. But now that's 2 of their ultimates that they used, and now they're close to the other 3, but at the end of the day, Darkrai's do have a few of their ultimates up as well. They do have the amplification matrix, and they're close to their own annihilation. Yeah,
but look at this. The Dracari is also making swaps here. DPS line. No longer Sim May. It is now Tracer Cassidy right now. Don Kong able to win the Tracer duel out here early on to Dabmaster. And Dabmaster probably wants to try to get going a little bit here. But Choice One does have this Annihilation ready to go here. That could be something that immediately wins them a team fight as the Amplification Matrix comes out here from Popstar Mike.
Yeah, it really could, as we see the bomb come in for the side of Navino. It doesn't get anybody, but does get the lamp. But Choice One pops the Annihilation, trying to kit this Diva out of mech again, but Aura finding Dabmaster. But Dracarius is actually in the lead here, finding 2 for Fish Sticks and heading to the point.
And oh, Video Game in a very bad spot right there. Aura taking a couple punches there to keep them alive here as the pharmacy combo should there. And now at this point, the Fish Sticks just trying to hold on at this point as long as they can. The Casino Rush being invested here by Crimson, but it's all death going the way of the Fish Sticks at the moment. Dragon trying to get rid of this Diva. Navino will get demeched right there. And they are in a very bad situation right there. They'll eventually get taken out. And the Dracari is finally able to retake the point. But the Fish Sticks almost getting 80%.
Yeah, they get close to 80%, so it could be almost a 1-team fight, especially if they were able to cap this point early. But like you said, Dracarius, they had to use a lot of stuff to be able to get it, and now the only thing they have is Dabmaster's Pulse, which it could be rough to hit, especially on a comp like this. But Popstar Mike is able to find Donkey Kong very surprisingly. So who knows? It could be Dexatron getting this extra percentage up, especially with them being down 1.
Yeah, and that was not a kill you want to see happen there if you're a Fish Sticks fan. Donkey Kong falling really early. That had a pulse bomb ready to go. They were on point, doing their best just to try to poke out some damage. They're on the Popstar Mike, poked out a little bit too far. And Donkey Kong still not being able to play here at the moment. They did use their pulse bomb, but not finding anything with it there. Aura's Barrage now, it has to be huge for their team. As you see the Dracarius right now, 2 ultimates ready to go, a pulse bomb and an amplification matrix of their own.
Yeah, they really are. And they're just sort of... Dexatron is playing this really well, playing on the opposite side of where the Pharah is. The second they know where the Pharah is, you just sort of run away. But the barrage comes out. Aura finds 1. Lamps comes out, but Popstar Mike finds him instead. Popstar Mike finds 2, 3 now. It keeps on popping off. Dabmaster is able to clean up Crimson, and that's your fight win for Dexatron, and that win for them as well.
Yeah, point win right there. And just Popstar Mike coming up clutch there in the end. I've always said it, Baptiste is a DPS just cosplaying as a support at almost every moment right there, and they definitely showed why. But a great start here for the Dracarius. Fish Sticks, though, going over into this map, like I said, you can play Sim on every map, but this is a map that you talked about potentially seeing a Junkrat. It looks like the Fish Sticks still going to try to play with that same comp they did last time, and as I say that, they're not. But the Dracarius basically coming back out with what they did to start last map, just not without the May.
Yeah, they really are. As we see the Junkrat come out for the side of Fish Sticks, I'm surprised. Both sides. Yes, both sides are playing the Junkrat. The only thing that's different is Fish Sticks, Crimson is playing the Moira, and Dracarius, Popstar Mike is playing the Baptiste, which looked really good for them as we see this clash getting ready to set up on White Room.
Yeah, Dabmaster trying to get that space right there. Navino in a bad spot right now. Dabmaster going to be able to take care of them there. That gives the Dracarius all the momentum they need right now. Dabmaster just trying to lob some nades down that hallway, try to find a couple more kills there, a couple more damage, build up that tire. And you see the Fish Sticks just falling back. They're going to allow the Dracarius here to take this first point.
Yeah, they really are, and I think that's a good idea, especially after you lose one. I think one thing, too, if you're Dexatron, you want to try to hold this corner, and now they're trying to gain that space, too, and run into Fish Sticks, making sure they can't recontest, or can't touch anymore.
Or, though, it would take care of Dabmaster there. That's huge for them. A lot of damage now off the board here for the Dracarius. And you immediately see the Fish Sticks just try to collapse in on that. They're now trying to focus here on Dragon or anyone they can here. Now you do see Choice One come back out on the point. Dorito will fall away from the fight. The tire coming out from Aura finds 2. Donkey Kong finds a 4th there. And that'll be a point cap here for the Fish Sticks.
Yeah, that's a great call too, especially using that tire, something that you can get very, very fast, especially with how much spam there is. But on the side of Dexatron, they're almost up to every single one of their ults, close, the farthest being Dragon and Dabmaster's wall and tire respectively. But on the side of Fish Sticks, they're holding this up so that way they can't get as much space. But it looks like Dexatron is just ready to fight this already.
Donkey Kong invested their wall there to try to deny that amplification matrix there from Popstar Mike. Looks to actually end up working out there, and then beat coming out here from Video Gamer to keep everyone alive. Same thing coming out here for the Dracarius here, but Aura able to find Dabmaster out early, and they denied the tire from Dabmaster. Troy Suwan coming back in, the one to throw some hands. Finds Donkey Kong there. Aura, though, will shut down Dragon here, so no Symmetra on the board for either team. Tries to won, though. The hands a little bit too strong there for Crimson, but not strong enough for Video Gamer as they're able to take care of them there. And now Navino showing some hands of his own, but gets trapped in this bear trap from Dabmaster. Has to block to get out of this one alive.
Yeah, that was great for Aura, hearing the tire and being able to spot it immediately, breaking it with the concussion mine. And now it looks like if you're on the side of Dexatron, you're worried because especially now you have the amplification matrix up for the side of Fish Sticks. That's 15%, it seems like. So now you're really gonna be fighting close against the time and trying to get at least 2 fights in.
Yeah, and right now you do see them coming back into this team fight here. No ultimates ready. Fish Sticks will have a tire ready in this team fight, but Aura again able to find Dabmaster out early. Dabmaster though, their Martyrdom able to find Crimson, so they'll take it in the end there. Aura though still just alive, causing havoc right here. 2 Dracarius, sneaking behind the entire team, able to find Popstar Mike. Donkey Kong will fall, but now the Fish Sticks looking to pretty much wrap up this point and force a do or die winner take all point 3.
Yeah, they are. Dabmaster's still alive, though, and pretty close, but I don't think anybody's going to be able to touch. Maybe. Nope. Dragon was going to be the last chance. But yeah, like you said, 0.3 now for for this last fight. But yeah, Fish Sticks look dominant, especially being on the indoor section.
Yeah, absolutely there. And basically the Dracarys, they looked really strong after that first team fight, and it was because Dabmaster was able to find Navino out early, and the Fish Sticks basically allowed them to cap that point. And that was just a smart play there from the Fish Sticks. They really didn't change up anything after that. They still kept the Sand, they still kept the Junk, they still kept the Ramatra. Nothing changed for them. It was just they needed to regroup, and they found an early pick because I believe it was Aura was able to find Dabmaster out.
Yeah, now we're seeing sort of a mirror comp as well. Only thing that's a little bit different is we have an Echo and Diva for the side of Dark Areas. While the side of Fish Sticks, you see the Farah Winston. Donkey Kong, I think they're just setting up for TP out. But other than that, everything is the same. But now we're going to see two sort of different flyers getting ready to take battle to the skies, it seems like.
Air superiority is the key here for both these teams right now. Troy Suwan taking a nap at the moment. Actually, they're taking a death nap here forever, 6 feet down, and now you see Dabmaster just trying to focus in there on video game, where they're able to keep themselves alive there. And yeah, oh no was right.
Almost falling off, luckily able to get that up. But yeah, this is it's very weird because especially with Fish Sticks having that Winston comp, you would think that, especially with obviously Choice One fell first as Aura finds Dorito, and Dabmaster falls to Aura as well. But you would think, especially with the Winston, you would have like a lot worse time dealing with these flyers. But hey, they're going up first. The Diva was the one that died first, and now Dacarius are switching it up, going to an Ash Wrecking Ball now instead of the Tracer Diva.
Yeah, and I kind of like this from them. They definitely need to try to get something to go their way here. They need to definitely try to shut down that Pharmacy combo, and that's immediately why you see Dragon going over to this Ash. Also, a lot of damage they can have there from the Dynamite. A lot of tick damage as Dabmaster finds Video Gamer out here early. Navino asleep, is woken up by someone here, but hey, Fish Stick still controlling this point at the moment, and they find the next 2 kills onto the support line, but then you immediately see him traded back out there for 2 more kills going the way of the Dracarys here. Donkey Kong still making it a living nightmare for Dragon, even in their spawn, but the Dracarys will be able to cap point here. However, Donkey Kong not going to let it go without a fight.
Oh, they're not going to be able to too. And also on the 2 sides of Dacarius, they're super low. Wrecking Ball is 23 HP. He's able to clean them up, so that way they can turn the flight. But hey, guess what? Kiri's here now for them, and they're just not going to cap the point. They're just going to leave the. Oh no, they never capped it. I thought they did. That's my fault.
No, Donkey Kong touched it at the last second, found Dabmaster, and then was able to take care of Troy Suwan as Video Gamer was able to come back. We talked about in between the second map and this map here, Donkey Kong really came alive for their team, and so far continuing on this map right here, but Dabmaster duplicating into the Winston here, able to find Crimson, looking for a Primal Rage of their own here, but the barrage coming out from Aura will find one. Dragon, though, shuts them up with a bullet through the skull there. The Valkyrie coming out from Video Gamer. They're in a bad spot as Dragon is able to take care of them as well. Pulse Bomb coming out here from Donkey Kong. That might be the first time they've actually missed on something this map.
Yeah, really, they might have them. Vito uses the Primal, stays alive, but it dies immediately by Dabmaster. But yeah, it's 99-0. Fish Sticks have almost a sort of no control. I think they're very close, but Dabmaster gets res and Crimson falls, so it looks like it's going to be a turning point for Darkrai.
Someone needs to just... someone needs to kill Donkey Kong. They haven't died. They haven't died this round. It's 99-0. Donkey Kong has basically kept the Fish Sticks alive in this one. Video Game able to get Aura back up here, and the Fish Sticks looking like they're in a very good spot to end it now, but no one for the Dracarys able to get back in touch in time. The Fish Sticks, after dropping the first map, win the next 2 to win this first series.
Yeah, and I think on the back of Donkey Kong as well, popped off completely. Dragon does get play of the game here, especially trying to hold it. I believe, yeah, this is the barrage from Aura, just being able to get one and getting the Valking Mercy, which is fairly impressive. But at the end of the day, I feel like if we talk about anybody, we got to talk about Donkey Kong. He was just popping after, as soon as Circle Royale happened, they just popped off completely.
Yeah, absolutely. They got that confidence boost they needed. They're playing that Widowmaker on Circuit Royale, especially on the defensive side. And then maybe they struggled a little bit on Night Market there in the first point of Lijiang Tower. But after that, we saw an amazing Junkrat come out for them, and then an even better Tracer, in my opinion.
Yeah, we really did. Aura popping. Aura is sort of also the sort of hidden gem that happened during that second point on Control Center. Being able to play that Junkrat, being able to do really good with it too. And then Donkey Kong was just like, hey, guess what? You got that one. I'm just going to carry the rest, the third one onto my Tracer.
Yeah, But that is the end of our first series here tonight. Still have 2 more to go, and I believe we're going to be seeing the fish sticks again in our next game. But we're going to take a quick break and be right back with series number 2. right, welcome back, everyone. The first series wrapped up. Time to start our second one, but you'll be watching one of those first series teams. Again, I cannot speak tonight, man. You'll be seeing the Fish Sticks again, coming off that reverse sweep win over the Dracaris, but this time they'll be going up against Silence.
Yeah, a team that's a lot easier to say, in my opinion. Silence is a lot easier to say than Dracarius, but two of these teams that, hey, again, we saw Fish Sticks earlier, but I look at Team Silence's team, and I think they could put Fish Sticks up to the challenge. Obviously, we talk about Donkey Kong popping off. We talk about Navino playing really well for tank. But I look at Team Silence and I see, hey, they do have some Masters DPS which could pop off. Obviously, Donkey Kong is a GM DPS, so there's a little bit of difference there. But at the end of the day, hey, we're also playing for fun, and who knows? Maybe some Masters could still pop off and play amazingly against these guys. Somebody that just needed a little bit of a push for it.
Yeah, absolutely. But speaking of push, our first map, as it will be for tonight and tomorrow, will be push. Now remember, 3 maps. Each team will ban a map here, and the remaining map will be the map we play. Only for push, that's the case here because of the number of maps there are for it. But do you expect that we'll be going back to Coliseo again here, or do you maybe think we see, in my opinion, I feel like the only other map we would see is Esperanza?
I could see us going to a different map, especially with I think Push has 2 of the best beautiful maps. Of course, Coliseo, which we saw last time, and I see that we just got confirmation on our Push map. Second best looking map, Esperanza. 2 maps that I think are very fun to play. I like playing them personally because I'm a support player and I just sit on a high ground and shoot at everything and just let the rest of my team do stuff.
I can see why you enjoy these maps then. Esperanza, I feel like, in my opinion, of the 3, might be the best of the push maps. Coliseo is there, but you have to basically really like playing non-stop Brawl. I feel like with Esperanza, you can play a couple different play styles. While Brawl might still come out on top in most cases, I feel like you can get away with a bunch of different play styles.
Yeah, you really can. I feel like, especially with Esperanza, a lot of the times, I know for at least my college team, we played a lot of the ball comp, we played a lot of Winston, because that's what we were just strong at, and it ended up doing really good. I think you can also play a little bit of the Rhine Brawl, Ramatra Brawl, because of how sort of enclosed those spaces are, especially especially getting to that first checkpoint. It is difficult, but I think a lot of times you'll see probably a lot of the Winston, a lot of the dive, Winston, Diva, Wrecking Ball, stuff like that, just so that you can get the other team off of that high ground that's right there. That's almost impossible to get to.
Yeah, in my opinion, I want to try to see something a little bit different coming out here. I know because I'm what I would like to call terrible at the game. Would force out maybe a Junker Queen here, maybe an Orisa. I feel like those would be fun picks to see, but I feel like they're not going to make those picks because they're trying to make smart picks.
Hey, I mean, we did see some Junker Queen come out, I believe, yesterday or today with the Valiant match. We saw Junker Queen come out. It's still a very strong pick, especially with those buffs. She's still very strong. I think Orisa is still a little bit... They need a few buffs for Orisa to get it to be super strong. But hey, Junker Queen could be good, especially against the sort of dive comp, being able to displace the Winston. If he tries to jump away, you just use your Jagged Blade, pull him back, make sure he can't get away that easily. Plus with the adrenaline, I think it's adrenaline, right? That's the self heal that she has, the commanding shout, being able to just rush at people, and then also her ultimate being able to just purple basically everybody on the enemy team if they're able to get a big ultimate off. I think it could be massive, but again, we just need to wait and see once we head in.
Absolutely, but both these teams have played a series so far throughout the night. We know Fish Sticks won their series. We saw it. It was a reverse sweep over Dracaris. Silence, on the other hand, that was probably one of the things we should have looked up in between these the series here, whether or not they won their first one. Because I feel like you get a little bit of a different kind of play style coming out from a team that lost their first map against a team that won their first series, and especially, I mean, Fish Sticks, we saw players just pop off for them, and we talked about Donkey Kong popping off for them, but Navino or a Video Gamer at Crimson. Video Gamer and Crimson came in after that first map that they dropped against Dracaris, and I felt like they did a solid job as that support line.
Yeah, they really did, and it's like, of course, as we're heading into this map, we see Fish Sticks play what they ran on Gardens, where they 100-0'd Dracarius. They're running that Winston sort of Saudi Arabian comp where he's on silence. We're seeing the brawl. We're seeing the Rhine. Yes, never mind. They're baiting me. They waited for me to say it. You know that? They waited for me to say it.
At this point, it's just tradition for, the teams to bait the casters right now. And then at the last second, when we get our hopes up that we're going to see something, they're just like, I don't feel like it.
Yeah, they don't feel like it. But hey, the one thing that's good, though, for the side of Fish Sticks, they don't really have anything that can deal with Aura. They do have the Sojourn on the side of Silence, but at the end of the day, you just sort of have a railgun that you're shooting at. You just gotta dive the Ana and make sure that you can do it, which it looks like they're doing. But and like I said, Silence is able to find Crimson and Navarro, and they fall immediately.
Yeah, and this is going to leave the Fish Sticks in a very awkward position here, but Aura able to find Tryout is huge for them. Donkey Kong able to find Saga, but they lose the Mercy part of the pharmacy there, and you immediately see Aura trying to get out. Donkey Kong, though, able to find a couple there. Aura, even from the grave, able to find Suzuki there. Donkey Kong, though, somehow still alive through all this. It's just them versus this Winston, but you do see Navino coming back as well.
Yeah, Navino comes back, and yeah, Donkey Kong sort of carried there. Obviously, Aura was getting those picks, getting makers so that way people could go low, but Donkey Kong was just able to sort of go around him as Greninja falls due to Donkey Kong. And now we're seeing some swaps come out for Silence. Tesco switches off of the Sojourn onto the Cassidy, and Tri switches off. I believe they were still on the Moira the entire time.
Oh, and Lunamare trying to get rid of Donkey Kong there, but Donkey Kong able to get rid of Tescu there with that Pulse Bomb stick and recall themselves to stay alive and get some health right there. And you immediately see what happened to Silence there. They kind of fall back. They don't want to try to trickle into this and lose anymore, but still Donkey Kong applying a lot of pressure and a lot of damage to this team.
Yeah, applying a lot of damage, and now we see Donkey Kong still sort of contesting the point here, making sure that Silence can't push in as Greninja falls super low. But Aura finds the Marine on the Reaper on the flank. It seemed like, but yeah, it just looks like it's going to be Fish Sticks trying to keep this up.
Or having to jump out of that one right there as Navino finds Tescu there, right there. And now the beam coming out here on Greninja. They're definitely trying to get rid of them right now here. The bot, though, kind of getting pushed back a little bit right now by Silence, but Donkey Kong still alive, still hasn't died. The Blossom coming out there from Lunamare will not find anyone, and that was basically a long shot play there from Lunamare. They needed to find something with it, finding no one there. This might be the first point.
God.
But Donkey Kong still alive. They haven't died.
Yeah, they haven't died, just getting those style points as we see Tescu switch over to the Sombra now off of the Cassidy, and Greninja pops the Primal Rage to try to recontest, but at the end of the day ends up not doing it as he gets punished and I believe is about to fall. Maybe, yes, he does end up falling for the side of Silence, and it looks like Silence is on their back foot right now, aren't able to find any footing as Aura finds another one onto Tescu.
Yeah, and look at this, like, Silence making a lot of swaps here. Aura still just going in. Greninja swapping off of the Winston. They were playing all map, going to this Diva now. Tescu, like we talked about, they came out on a Sombra now as well. Lunamar off the Reaper after they use that Death Blossom. They're going over to this Tracer. They want to try to at least match Fish Sticks here, but you do see Aura here fall. The rally a little bit too late coming out there from Video Gamer, but they have their eyes set here on Greninja. The beat coming out from Saga to try to keep everyone supported. It's doing a good job at that. Video Gamer hacked right now, trying to keep themselves alive. Donkey Kong, though, still going in. Video Gamer able to find a second one there. Not able to keep themselves up for long enough there to escape, but still Donkey Kong just going in. Navino, though, able to find Greninja there. Lunamar falls. Navino now picking up kill after kill here. Donkey Kong, though, still not dead, but making sure everyone else is.
Yeah, and heading into okay, I'm just going to go back, rewind a bit. That first kill on the Aura, that was really good for the side of Tescu, being able to fully engage on that. Unfortunately, they weren't able to collapse on the rest of the team, but at the end of the day, Donkey Kong is just on a whole nother level right now.
Duplication coming out here onto the Diva as Video Gamer able to find Lunamare out early right now. You see the dive coming off of that there from Navino. Aura able to find Tri there, but not going to be able to keep themselves in that mech. They're going to be able to remech here. They're not going to be able to get back into it as they lose that duplication there from Tescu. Aura, though, still just picking up kills no matter what form they're in right there. And Fish Sticks in the home stretch here. Donkey Kong waiting to just stick someone unsuspectingly. They throw the pulse bomb out there, not gonna be able to find a stick, not gonna be able to find any kills right now, but Silence needs to start thinking about stopping the bot.
Yeah, they need to, and this EMP needs to be massive as it gets both supports here, but I don't think anybody's going to fall. No, Crimson stays alive. Donkey Kong finds one, and Video Gamer finds Tescu as well, as the rest of Fish Stick stays alive and is keeping on pushing this point. It's about to cap as the bomb comes out, make sure nobody dies to it. Nobody does die, but again, it's just Donkey Kong in the backline being a complete menace.
Donkey Kong in the backline has been working out so great for Fish Sticks. It allows basically everyone else can have free range to do whatever they do. Tescu now going over to the Ash, able to find one try, able to find Crimson there right now. And this is the best Silence has looked so far. Navino, though, able to find try there. They are trying to make sure that they keep this alive right now. Greninja will find Video Gamer, but as long as Donkey Kong is alive, Fish Sticks has a chance. Lumiere shuts down Navino here, and Donkey Kong might be just trying to escape this one. And finally, for the first time in almost 6 minutes, Donkey Kong is going back to spawn.
Yeah, and now if you look at it, Silence have a long way to go. 139.58 meters for Fish Sticks' push to Silence's 0.20. And you got a little bit less than 4 minutes left. It's going to be an uphill battle starting now.
Yeah, but like I said before, if Trank is not the home of teams coming back from more than 100 meters down and push, this is definitely a place to see it happen right now. But Silence just need to try to start snowballing a couple team fight wins here. You're not going to see him make a lot more swaps here as a pulse bomb does come out from Donkey Kong. That's, again, been the one thing they have really struggled with lately, just getting a stick on with their pulse bombs. They were able to find, I believe it was Tescu early in this one. Lunamare does throw out their pulse bomb, not able to find anyone there as Donkey Kong shuts down Tescu there. The Nano here onto Navino as they're jumping into the backline here. As you see Ninja follow them here. Navino dropping out to make sure they don't die. Fish Sticks have control of the bot again, though.
Yeah, they do have control of the bot. Navino's just about to die, but doesn't, luckily. But Video Gamer pops the rally to make sure that the rest of Fish Sticks stay alive as they're trying to contest the bot here, basically right at the midway point of the map.
Video Gamer and Navino take care of Saga and Lunamare there. Greninja will find one, but Aura right there take care of Try right there. Greninja did throw out their bomb. Not going to be able to find anyone. Not going to be able to get back into their mech either. And now Fish Sticks here will be able to probably get those forward spawns again.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be able to, but unfortunately, none of them get that early spawn. I think the two people that were unfortunately not alive at that point got that far spawn, so they just have to wait and try to regroup as 5 heading into this next fight.
Yeah, and Tescu does have Bob ready to go here. That could be a huge thing for them. Bob is a dead eye accuracy 100%, deals a lot of damage, and if you cannot shut them down or have any way to pretty much deny a Bob, it could be scary for a team like Fish Sticks. But Donkey Kong able to find Lunamare out early right now. Aura still holding on to this duplication here. They're going to immediately pop here as Bob comes right out into their face. Now they're duplicating here into Tries. Moira right now, as the Moira does pop their Coalescence. Greninja though able to eat a Donkey Kong pulse bomb there. Try will find one with his Coalescence right now as Navino throwing some hands here, but very low on health. Greninja will shut them down here. Silence trying to win this team fight here. Already looking very good so far. However, 90 seconds left to go and still over 100 meters they have to try to push.
Yeah, but if you're just on the side of Silence, I think you look at that as a win. Obviously, you won the fight, but Fish Sticks had to use 3 ultimates there, and they still lost. They used Donkey Kong's Pulse Bomb, which got eaten, Primal, and the dupe to try to win that fight, but in the end of the day, they weren't able to. And now Silence, they do have Saga's rally there, as well as they're pretty close to Greninja's bomb as well.
Yeah, the rally and the bomb have to be huge for them, especially right now. Crimson is going to have this Nano ready to go. Nothing else will be ready for Fish Sticks here, but again, they have to try to shut down some players here, and you do see Donkey Kong just going into this high ground here, and you do see him almost take care of Tescu here, forcing the rally out here from Sega. Greninja does have this bomb ready to go. They're going to use it just to get back into their own mech here. You do see Navino swapping over to this Diva as well, but the kills all go in the way of Fish Sticks at the moment. Aura looking for some help, gonna get there at that last moment, and they are gonna be able to find Tescu off that as well. Greninja now last member alive. Actually, no, Saga is right there, but they will not live much longer.
Yeah, not gonna live much longer as Ara's trying to chase down Greninja, but I think they're just gonna let him be as the rest of the team from Silence is there. But I see one switch that came out. Donkey Kong is back on the Widow, and if we saw them on Circuit Royale popping off, it could be map point here for the side of Fish Sticks.
Absolutely, but less than 10 seconds left to go. Silence touching the spot right now to make sure it at least goes into overtime here. They do have 3 ultimates ready to go right now. Lunamare does have a Death Blossom ready to go here. They need to at least find 1 or 2 with his Bob almost ready here for Silence as well as a Coalescent. So Silence does have some stuff to play with here as Aura gonna get stuff started here with the duplication into this D.Va. They're looking to get a bomb. They did not get that last time here, but here comes 2 ultimates here from Silence, able to find 2 kills off that. Donkey Kong though finds 2 kills right back on this Widowmaker, trying to find a third. Gonna be able to find a third. The bomb comes out, won't find anyone, but Navino shuts down Stega there. And now Aura able to take care of Try as Fish Sticks picking up right where they left off from the last series, winning the first map of this one.
Yeah, they really did. They just looked dominant through as soon as the map started. It seemed like Donkey Kong was on a whole nother level, taking advantage of playing last map, and of course had to get play of the game here at the very end. Finding those 3, getting that shutdown as well, and just basically being the backbone of this team. Obviously, Navarro had some pretty good points there, especially as a Winston, but it was really just cleanup. That Donkey Kong was just one clipping everybody left, right, and center. If they were a little bit low, Navino was there to clean up, or Aura was able to.
Yeah, it was just insane because basically, like, we saw Silence essentially win that first team fight. Yeah, they were beaten, they were bruised a little bit, some players were out, but it was really at the end there just Navino and Donkey Kong, and Donkey Kong was able to just get people so low that when Navino got back into the fight, it was just to jump in, use a Tesla gun for a second, and hey, they're off the map. And just Donkey Kong be able to stay alive. We talked about them so much throughout the last map of last series and the first map of this one, and it seems like they came alive, and it seems like Silence has to figure out some way to shut them down.
Yeah, they really do it, especially too after we saw that switch from a Glitch and Fungin as their supports and Crimson and Video Gamer in. They fell on just a whole nother level, which it's not knocking those 2 players, but it's like, hey, they just look insane right now. It looks like they're all clicking as a team and making sure, like, hey, we're good. We know we can play. We know we can win this tournament. We know we can play to our strengths.
But we will be heading into an escort map next, and based off what we saw last time, I feel like Silence should probably try to avoid Circuit Royale here.
Yes, hopefully, I would say so. There's a few other escort maps that you could play, but again, it's what are you strong at? Are you strong at some brawl? Are you strong at that? If you're strong at the double sniper, I could say go to Circuit Royale, because they didn't see what happened last map. They might be a little bit like, hey, let's go Circuit Royale. Is there a strong map we can do it? And then Donkey Kong is just gonna be like, hey, I'm here. I'm just gonna roll because I'm Donkey Kong. I can just do whatever I want. But it sort of depends on what you're strong at. If you're strong at some other stuff, then hey, we could go to Watch by Gibraltar for all I know.
That would be fun, but like the hardest part for me taking away for that first map there is what was Silence, what playstyle did they really play into? It really struggled there, because I feel like when they started to win team fights, they were going back to some maybe desperation picks. The D.Va really did work out for them, in my opinion, so maybe lean into a map towards a map a little bit that you could play a D.Va, but at the end, it didn't really seem like it phased Fish Sticks that much. They were just letting team fights go because they had already lost a couple members at that point.
Yeah, they really didn't. But now we could go to a map that is sort of a little bit up in the air too, as well as Silence's map pool, as we're heading to Route 66. A lot of teams run some brawls, some dives, sort of a mixture of everything. I think it's one of those maps where it's like it's been out forever, but I feel like you never really know what to play on it, because you could just, there's so much different stuff that you could run that you could try to do well with. I think Brawl works really well on third point. You can run Brawl on first point as well if you want to play defense, you want to hold the spawn doors. You could sort of play whatever you want on this map, but I think for Silence, that's sort of what they want to do. They want to bring that element of surprise. It's not like a set comp on this map that you need to deal with.
Yeah, but at the same time, this first point does kind of play into maybe a sniper or two. You could see Donkey Kong come back out on a Widow, on a Hanzo maybe. Or maybe even a Pharmacy combo come out here. I do know first point is one that you couldn't play a Pharmacy on it for maybe 1 or 2 lives to try to catch the other team off guard. But, you know, it really comes down to how these teams want to play. Do they want to play dive? Do they want to play rush? Do they want to play brawl? Do they want to play something in between? Maybe a ball comp comes out here for the attacking team.
Yeah, and not to mention too, for the side of fish sticks, if you want to, you can also just play a tracer. You have those tunnels that you can play in and out and get in and out fairly simple. You can just have them have Donkey Kong, if he wants to play the tracer, just run around the entire map and have your core just sort of sit back with a sort of Winston. I feel like that's sort of what their strong suit is for the side of fish sticks. For Silence, I don't really know what you want to play. It looked rough through first point. You couldn't really get your DPS going. Your tank Greninja was looking a little bit rough, getting deleted almost instantly, it seemed like, and it just looked rough. I think here we're really going to see what Silence wants to do, and I think it's going to all depend on what we see here from the start.
Yeah, and Silence will be attacking here first, so we're definitely going to see what kind of playstyle they want to favor here. They picked this map for a reason, so we're going to assume that they're picking it for a certain playstyle. Fish Sticks, on the other hand, like I said, you could play a Pharmacy combo here on this first point, and really only on this first point. I don't really think it has that much value on any other point of this map.
Yes, and looking at this comp, I'm not looking at Silence's comp because they're an attack, and I'm not looking at that side of my screen. I'm looking at Fish Sticks here with the Rhine, Pharmacy, the Baptiste, and the Symmetra. I think looking at this, I think they want to hold close. You want to have that Pharmacy sort of peek out, as it looks like that's what they're going to try to do, and just try to hold the space as much as you can, especially making sure, especially if the Pharr is able to get some clean shots off, it could be good as we see Silence start to pick their actual comp here.
Right. Oh, that is not the start that Silence was looking for.
Nope.
But okay, so you see Try now swap over to the Mercy. That makes me think that Brian or Tescu here is going to be swapping off to something else after 1 life, but Try won't even be able to get out of spawn. Tescu won't be able to either. Aura now showing why they're the other DPS for this Fish Sticks team. Coming alive, Fungin able to get Donkey Kong back into this one.
Yeah, Fungin. Yeah, I didn't even realize Fungin got in, especially here. Brian in trying to make something happen. I feel like as we see Try now switches back off of the Mercy to the Zen as Tescu finds Aura, and now this is sort of where he's like, okay, hey, we got that first point, we got some time off the clock for their attack, basically a minute. So now if you're the side of Fish Sticks, you're going to try to hold it, but hey, guess what? You got basically a minute for free. You can get 1 more fight in, 1 or 2 more fights in before they kept the point.
Yeah, and look at this. You're already seeing some swaps coming out here from Fish Sticks, especially after they all kind of died here right now. Aura getting off the Pharah, going over to the Ash. Fungin, I'm surprised, is sticking on the Mercy here at the moment. Navino, Donkey Kong swapping off. Donkey Kong going back to that Widowmaker we saw them excel with on defense of Circuit Royale here. But now Silence, they have a little bit of momentum. They have some ultimate charge here. Greninja and Tescu very close to ultimates. Try and Saga close to theirs as well.
Yeah, and I'm surprised too. Crimson switched off of the Baptiste basically right away, even though they had the efficacy matrix for the Ana, something that's like, hey, you gotta weigh your odds, and they're like, hey, you know what? I like the Ana better. I feel like I can get those purple, but they end up falling right away. But Saga falls on the other side. Donkey Kong is able to find Teska, but it's all blue in the kill feed now for Fish Sticks.
Yeah, Fungin able to get Crimson back up here. It's huge for them. Both supports. Navino able to shut down Try right now in Silence. Having to try to escape here, but Greninja will find Donkey Kong. Crimson, though, going to make sure they at least avenge their fallen teammate right now. And Navino going to be able to take care of Brian as well.
Yeah, they really are. Navino able to get that last one, but on the side of Silence, they're coming up with ultimates. They're close to both support ults, as well as having Bob and the Rampage for Greninja. But on the side of Fish Sticks, they have 2 ultimates. They have Bob and they have Valkyrie, close to Navino's primal, but really you're just going to use it to stay alive if you're Navino. But Donkey Kong finds Tescu, so that way that fight is basically already won for the side of Fish Sticks.
Yeah, I think after that 1 kill right there, Tescu is going to learn not to just jump straight up in the air, especially with Donkey Kong right there. Navino, though, 4 ultimates ready here for the fish sticks. The Valkyrie coming out here for Fungin and get everything going. Aura gonna have to be healed up immediately after that purple goes away. The Nano coming out onto Greninja there as they did use their Rampage as well. I don't think they hit anyone with their Rampage there. That could have been huge to them, but in the end, it won't come out to anything. Tescu, though, does throw Bob here on point. Try will be able to find Donkey Kong. Will Fungin try to force a res here, but Try finds a second one here. Make it 3 for the Zenyatta. Tescu picking up the other 2. It'll be a team kill, and point A capped here for Silence.
Yeah, Try being able to just walk up to Donkey Kong's Widow, being able to get a melee kill and finding 2 more. As we see now, Silence switching over to this Winston comp as well, but instead of the Mercy, they're going to keep the Zenyatta, which I really like, especially against the sort of Winston comp, which even though Zenyatta did get nerfed, I believe it's to 30 meters now instead of like 35 or something like that. You need to be a little bit closer, but that Discord orb is still very, very strong, especially when you have multiple people shooting at one target.
Or able to find Tescu out here early. The Visors on the board right now for Donkey Kong. They are looking for Brian here. Brian might also be looking for any one of these DPS right now for fish sticks here, but you immediately see them dive back in here on the card. Aura able to get a nice headshot there on to Try, not gonna be able to take them out, but you immediately see Navino dive in there. Brian gonna be able to find Donkey Kong there after probably missing on their pulse bomb.
Yeah, they really are, and now, especially since you're fish sticks, they're trying to stay alive. As Fungin reses Donkey Kong, make sure he stays alive, but the Primal gets popped for Navino to keep alive as well, as they were getting punished. But Try in the backline as well, backline again, trying to just get more picks, but ends up falling. And now it looks like it's just fish sticks being able to just get some more stuff in the field feed.
Tescu? What? Okay. I don't know about that one there.
I don't know about it either. He did wake up, you were behind a shield, and then you had Donkey Kong looking at you in plain sight. I think that's going to be a little bit rough right there.
And you could tell that they were scoped in walking forward.
Yeah, yeah. That's just rough. As Try is in the Mega Room, just trying to stay alive, trying to get some picks, getting his off angle. It's sort of funny looking at his Zen off angling because of how sort of low he can get as the Vino finds him.
Greninja, though, getting this Nano right now. Donkey Kong finding Tescu right now. The Nano not going to be able to stop this Widowmaker on the high ground, especially with the Mercy Pocket. But will this Primal Rage be able to? The Sleep Dart does come out there from Crimson. They do miss on it, but now Greninja has their eyes set on Donkey Kong. They'll be able to shut them down there with a monkey of their own.
And Navino does find Saga and Aura finding Brian himself. Greninja still, though, is still alive and causing some havoc in the backline, taking out both supports, and the Shrans get popped by Try, so that way they can stay alive. So now it's just Aura alive, but I don't think they're gonna pop anything. Yep, they're just gonna keep their fate going. But on the side of Silence, really, right now you do have Saga on the Lucio and Try on the Zen. Something that's a little bit worrisome, especially with how Fishsticks is playing, being able to play really good, especially with Donkey Kong just providing pressure from wherever they're at.
You can see Greninja kind of boogieing there on the cart right there. The Visor's coming out here from Tescu. That does kind of force out Fish Sticks here to play a little bit slower right now, but Bob coming out here from Aura, the stick there on to, I believe it was Navino there, does force out the Primal Rage, but Tescu able to find Aura there. Fungin, though, able to get them right back into this one here as Fish Sticks wants to try to end this one here, but now Tescu coming alive here on this Widowmaker, able to find Aura again, but hey, look at that. The Dynamite from Aura able to find Tescu. Crimson will find Greninja, but Saga immediately able to find Crimson right back. We're just trading back and forth here. Fish Stick, so able to find Saga. Brian falls. Try will find Fungin, but it's just up to this Moro on their own right now. Navino will shut them down, and I don't think anyone for Silence will be able to get back in time.
No, they really won't. I feel like the second that see Donkey Kong switch back over to the Tracer, I think that's him being like, okay, I'm done having fun playing Widow. It's my time to carry now.
Yeah, but hey, first point capped 85 meters. That is pretty good for Route 66 here. Silence, though, needs to show us why they picked this map, and I imagine it's going to be more of a defensive-sided pick for them here, and they definitely need to show us something good if they want to go to a map 3.
Yeah, they really do, and especially now with how well Fish Sticks has been playing, it's going to be rough for Silence to be able to, because they really got the only reason I feel like they were able to get that first point is in the back of Try being able to get that 3K and just take them off guard. Whereas now Silence on the defense, if they're popping this, I don't know if I'm going to be happy or cry.
Yeah, how about both?
I mean, yeah, I could say that having Tescu on the Bastion, I feel like Fish Sticks, this is their normal comp. I feel like they're going to keep on running it. I feel like they might actually keep some extra just for a little bit, just to get that TP, but he might have been spotted especially with Aura's Ash right there. I think they could have spotted them getting set up into this train station.
Also pretty sure you could probably hear Bastion.
I mean, if you crouch, I don't think there's any noise cue if you crouch. Oh yeah, they were.
The Suzu, they're able to get rid of that purple, but hey, Tescu able to find one, but that's going to be all they get there before they're taken out. Try also taken out as well. Saga trying to run as fast as they can on that Lucio, and hey, that is pretty fast, almost getting out of this one here, but hit with that dynamite there and the nade from Crimson, they won't live much longer, and now Fish Sticks pretty much already winning this first team fight here. And Greninja now, last one to die for them. A lot of swaps, I imagine, are coming up here for Silence.
Hopefully. Are they? Maybe not, especially with Try staying alive. There's actually no swaps coming up for the side of Silence. They're going to try to win. They're going to try to fight this again with Tescu on the Bastion, which it could be good, but especially with how Bastion is, he's very vulnerable because once you use that turret for him, you sort of, as soon as you're done with it, you just need a kite, and then the second he's done with it, you just dive on top of him, which looks like that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, Tescu was slept there. Brian immediately taken out there, but hey, look at the Saga Try finding the supports there for Fish Sticks right back. Navino, though, still alive. Not what you want to see. Try, though, a Deadeye with these kunai.
Yeah, with the kunai being able to pop heads, something that's very interesting, especially since instead of the 2x, they have the 3x still, which a lot of people don't really take advantage of. I feel like, especially with Kiriko, her healing is amazing, but especially if you're able to land those shots, it could be detrimental for a team, especially if you're able to just 2-tap somebody from across the map.
Greninja now making actually a swap here onto the ball, and I do like this swap here for them, but Aura able to shut down Try, who has been by far the scariest member of Silence here. Navino will find Tescu out here. Greninja, though, does find one. Bob now out on the field, already proving their worth. One kill there, or we'll clean up a second one here, and Fish Sticks now looking to try to cap first point here.
Yeah, they're trying to cap it. I don't think they needed to use the Bob there. I think Aura just wanted to style on them just a little bit. I think they could have held onto the Bob here for this final point, especially since Donkey Kong falls to Try, and now you just sort of have to try to stay alive, but it looks like it's going to be rough for the side of Fish Sticks here to try to cap this point.
Greninja will be able to find Crimson there. Tescu, though, does fall. Try, though, doing everything they can here to keep their team into this one here. Greninja trying to keep themselves alive. Having that Suzu to get rid of that dynamite burn there. And now they're on this high ground. No escape for them. Try will find Crimson, but they do get taken out by Donkey Kong there, or finding Brian right now. Navino just trying to get rid of this hamster on the point. Now the beat coming out here from Saga, trying just to stall out this card as long as they can. Donkey Kong going back over to this Tracer. Aura will shut down the Lucio there, and now it's up to Tescu on this Greninja, and Aura shutting them down as well.
Yeah, that was a very nice shot in melee for the side of Aura. I'm surprised that Saga decided to use that beat there. They could have held on to this for the second point, so that way they don't cap it almost right away, because now you don't really have any ultimates. You do have the Kitsune Rush, and you're close to the Blade and Mines, but on the side of Fish Sticks, they do have the Pulse, which is something that you could live and take this advantage up, especially if you do have Saga's beat still.
Yeah, but it's definitely a thing where they wanted to try to stall out that car as long as they could, maybe hoping Tescu could build up that blade a little bit faster. But hey, you immediately see the Kitsune Rush come out here and the minefields come out here immediately on the cart as soon as they get through the choke point right there, and it's going to be a team fight win for them. But like you said, maybe holding on to the beat would have been a little bit smarter.
Yeah, it could have been a little bit smarter, but hey, at the end of the day, I think now you're sort of seeing what Silence want to do. They want to play super, super aggro, and this is something that Fish Sticks, I feel like they're sort of a little bit rattled by it.
Yeah, and hey, 2.5 minutes left to go for them. The Blade coming out here from Tescu, but hey, we saw a Blade happen in our first series as well, and it has pretty much the same result there, not finding anything. Fish Sticks coming alive now, taking care of 2, make it 3. Aura getting a kill with the coach gun, which I believe only does like 15 damage. Donkey Kong shutting down Saga there. Aura again finding Greninja, and that is a great kind of team fight win there for Fish Sticks, as they needed that there to kind of build their momentum back up.
Yeah, they needed that there. And hey, if you look at Fish Stick's sides, they have 4 out of their 5 ultimates up, especially with Navino. I believe they're in baby form, so once they get back into it, you can see their bomb. But I think they do have it, but Pulse Bomb misses, and now hey, Aura has the bomb, and they're just trying to get this somebody dove on the side of Silence.
Try able to find Crimson there, even though they were purpled. Here comes the Bob from Aura. It's gonna be right on the point. Navino able to shut down Try. Bob does find Saga there, and that's both supports down for Silence. Teskia will find one, but they'll immediately fall right after that. I think everyone for Silence other than this ball is off the playing field here for the moment. Greninja desperately trying to get a minefield built up. They're not gonna be able to, and Silence is gonna have to come rushing back out to this point.
Yeah, you really are. And now if you're Silence, the only thing you're really closest to is you're close to this beat as well as Greninja's mines. But if you look on Fish Sticks, you have the bomb to basically clear the mines, and you have the nano to try to get on Donkey Kong so that way they can do more damage.
And you immediately see him come back out, the bomb coming out. Oh, but the minefield came out right after it. Navino finds 2 with the remake there. A huge play coming out from them here that could win them this series right here in a dominant fashion, and almost a very embarrassing way to go out.
Oh, that's great. Navino finding the 2. And yeah, Fish Sticks is able to win 2-0 sweep after having to reverse sweep the first map. I don't care what Donkey Kong has done on both maps. I'm giving it to Navino. Why is Navino? Why that should have been play of the game. I wanted to see that. That's the best thing. But Try with this 3K being able to get basically how they got first point, just being able to stay alive and finds these kills. That's a great kills on the side of Try, but that was insane.
Yeah, and I mean, you have to give Try a lot of credit. In my opinion, Try was someone that basically kept them in a lot of team fights, won them a lot of team fights on whatever support they were playing as. And hey, we're talking about a support finding a lot of kills. Well, in Overwatch 2, that is kind of something you have to do. Zenyatta and Kariko able to find a lot of kills. They are very much dead eyes on those support heroes, but at the end of the day, I mean, again, going back to the first map there of Esperanza, they couldn't shut down Donkey Kong, and we saw it basically almost win Fish Sticks the map there in their first push. Second map, I mean, yeah, Donkey Kong was not as loud, but it was Aura and Navino popping off for Fish Sticks. So Fish Sticks, in my opinion, is one of those scary teams that once they get going is really hard to stop.
Yeah, it really is, and we saw it so far on both these maps. Just how many different people can have those pop-off moments. Like you said, Donkey Kong was sort of quiet on Route 66, not really able to get their footing, but hey, guess what? Aura was there to lift them up. Navino was there to get those kills and just sort of clean up wherever they could. And at the end of the day, they win against Silence 2-0.
Yeah, and we know for Fish Sticks, that means they go up 2-0 in the round robin right now. Don't know about Silence, but we know they have at least lost one series. But that is the end of our second series here. We're going to take a quick break and be right back with our final series of the night. All right, welcome back everyone to the Ascension Draft Tournament. One more series left for us here tonight, and we have two new teams this time. It is the Meta Rejects versus the Undead Battery. Karma, looking at these two teams here, a lot of names that I can recognize immediately off the bat here. But just looking at the ranks that we've seen from them, there is a little bit of a disparity or a little bit of a difference here, but in the end, I don't think that will necessarily be that big of a deal.
No, it really won't. It all depends on really what are you playing that you can do. If you're playing those comfort picks, I feel like anybody could really win. And of course, like you said, there's a lot of names that we know. Of course, Big Missile is playing for Undead Battery. Mr. Mountain Bike, one of our producers / behind the scenes people here, is playing Capital. We've seen a lot. At least I know I've seen a lot. Star Platinum, I feel like we see Needle. I feel like a lot of these players, especially on Undead Battery, we see all the time as we're heading into our first map, which has been confirmed already.
Yeah, remember, push map, first map, each team bans a map, we play the yellow remaining one, and hey, guess what? We're still not going to see New Queen Street tonight. We're heading back to Colosseo.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I'm fine with it. New Queen Street, I think it's got to be the worst push map out of the three. Everybody clowns on Colosseo because of those little walls right by the bot. I think those are needed. I think it's needed, but hey, I don't care. I don't want to see New Queen Street. I don't care about Canada, even though we are having the Overwatch League Grand Finals there. I don't care. Give me Colosseo. Give me Rome instead of the freezing cold.
I was going to make a joke about you hating Canada, but then you immediately just come straight out and say it. Okay.
Hey, I live in Wisconsin. We're close enough to Canada, so.
What, you don't like the Canucks?
No, I hate the Canucks. You're going to hate about what team I like for hockey.
Is it the Red Wings?
No, I hate the Red Wings. Hate the Red Wings. Hate the Red Wings. I used to be rivals with the Red Wings. I'll give you that. My team used to be rivals with the Red Wings until they switched conferences.
Colorado?
No. Chicago Blackhawks.
Oh, okay.
Because the Red Wings switched conferences, so. Right? I'm not crazy?
Congrats
I think I'm crazy.
Pick, but let's head back to this now. Going into it, again, one thing I probably should have asked in between series here, what these teams' records were. Because, I mean, it kind of does matter here in a round-robin tournament. But, I mean, both of them coming into this one, 2 games already in their back pockets here. So they are warmed up at this point.
Yeah, they really are, and especially heading into Colosseo 2 so far on the first map that we saw a lot of brawl. Let's see if these two teams will play that. I feel like we might see a lot of brawl, especially with how Colosseo is sort of laid out as we see the Ramacha versus the Rhine. This is the first time I think we've seen Rhine today, at least shown.
Yeah, I think we've had Rhine teased. But yeah, that's definitely the first time we've seen him shown, but there's still 8 seconds left in the countdown here, so let's hold our horses real quick here. But I mean, I'm honestly kind of surprised to see a Symmetra coming out here. Yeah, everyone knows I'm the Sim main, but I feel like forcing, anytime you play Sim on a push map, you're kind of forcing Sim.
You are forcing it, but at the same time, you can get to point first, which it looks like they're doing. They're going around the outside, trying to catch Meta Rejects off guard here and try to punish people. Now they're stuck in this little mini room.
Going all the way around the world here, but Akua immediately shuts down Charybdis there right now. That's not how you want stuff to start out here for the battery right now. Poppy falls as well. M just walking straight into the entirety of the enemy team here, and yeah, the bot's unlocked right now. Undead will get a little bit of push, but it won't get anything to show for it as Smug's providing those uppies there at the end.
Yeah, Smug's just able to get those last 2. And now if you look at Undead Battery, I don't think they're making any swaps. They're trying to keep this up. But on the side of Meta Rejects, almost everybody is at about 50%, except for It's Az, who's at 24%, who's on the Lucio, which, hey, if you're doing that, you're fine. But Voltage is able to find one, and that could be a fight win already for the side of Meta Rejects.
Yeah, it might be, especially to see them all kind of just fall back here right now. M able to get rid of that Immortality Field right there. Immortality Field's gone for both sides right now. Hey, look, actually Star Platinum finding M out here is huge. Capital finding Akua. Meta Rejects now having to kind of fall back right now as they continue to lose members here. And a nice boop here from Needle to force Smugs onto this high ground.
Yeah, making sure that they get staggered a bit, especially since almost everybody at the side of Meta Rejects is already respawned as Smegs dies finally. But now if you look at Undead Battery, they have the momentum. They do have 2 ultimates, and they're close to a third with Needle. But on the side of Meta Rejects, they're up to almost 4 ultimates minus the beat from its AZ.
Yeah, and again, the Dragons and the Blizzard might be the only thing Meta Rejects really need in this upcoming fight. Star Platinum, I don't expect them using the Shatter in this engagement. I really expect them to use it as something that you use to counter the Annihilation from They Call Me M here. And M getting incredibly low here, having to kind of play around this food truck right there to get healed right back up.
Yeah, you really do, especially with having that Shatter, being able to just, especially since you don't have anything but the window comes out and the Dragons come out for both teams respectively, but Capital is sort of out of position. Voltage is able to find Poppy, whereas Capital is just jumping up in the air trying to get one as the freeze comes out and the lamp and the window, but the freeze finds one and finds the lamp from Smugs, but Chariot is just shooting people in the back of the head. It's just an ult fest entirely.
Yeah, but Voltage B able to find Capital and Star Platinum. The Annihilation coming out here as well. Voltage B eventually shut down here right now. But this may in a very bad spot as M will shut them down. And M also sending Needle back to the spawn there with a swift punch to the face.
Yeah, not to mention too, Meta Rejects still have the lead. Undead Battery weren't able to cross that sort of that 34-meter mark, so they still have the lead. And they have the Mayfreeze up and ready to go. I think they're just going to back off a little bit, let them sort of ponder about what they want to do here, let the rest of Meta Rejects sort of get ready to take this team fight.
Yeah, Poppy will have their wall ready to go this team fight here. And it's going to be really interesting to see how they play around this one here. Maybe they use the shut off of Blizzard, but the Blizzard comes out. So does the Dragons. Poppy not able to get out. Star Platinum not able to run either. And now Meta Rejects just pushing it down the throats of the Battery here at the moment, making sure they're all dead this time as they win this team fight and will continue to push this barrier.
Yeah, they really will, especially using both those ultimates. I think that's Voltage second Dragon so far. Something that's already insane, especially even though you do get it pretty fast with Hanzo, but being able to get that much value from it. Whereas now Undead Battery, the only thing that they really have to come back with is Poppy's Sim Wall, which it's decent, but you just need to hide behind it, which they can just walk right past it.
Yeah, but right now, Poppy's main goal right here, especially with that shield up, try to get this beam as high as you can. Try to make sure you're getting as much damage as you can possibly put out here. Also try to just stay behind that barrier as long as you can. Voltage B falling there is huge for Undead here. They need to try to get as much as they can off it, because Undead has definitely been the person who's been finding a lot of damage and a lot of picks so far.
Yeah, it really has. As the Shatter comes out from
Shatter.
Star Platinum, gets 3 on the ground and cleans it up with Caribius finding 1 more. But hey, that's what you needed. You needed to get that momentum. You're able to get that turn and make sure that they can't respawn and can't touch it. And I think too, with that, I think they might be able to get close to the point and maybe even capture it.
This is gonna be something like last time they got very close to taking the lead here. I think we're gonna see Meta Rejects just come back out in time, especially off that kill there from Smugs. Huge kill coming out from them. M also able to find Star Platinum here, and look, it's exactly the same thing that happened last time. A little bit more than 2 meters away from taking the lead, but you see Meta Rejects stop them. Capital able to find 1, but everything after that is going the way of the Rejects here.
Yeah, it really is, and like you said, they're just a little bit too far, 58 to 60 meters. But now on the side of Meta Rejects, they're up to almost 4 ultimates with having the beat and the Dragons, and they're close to their Annihilation and the Mayfreeze. Whereas on the side of Undead Battery, again, right now they only really have 3 ultimates to combat their push with.
Yeah, Undead Battery here needs to be able to find a quick pick here early, especially onto maybe Akua or Column M. But Akua has that Blizzard ready to go. The Dragon's also coming out from Voltage B here. The Nano, though, onto Star Platinum. The Blizzard coming out from Charybdis does find a couple here frozen. It's as here, going to be able to first one to fall here from that Blizzard. Now the Blizzard coming out from Akua. They get incredibly low, but able to heal themselves right back up. M still has this Annihilation ready to go, and now they are using it. They find Charybdis here. Star Platinum falls as well. Needle trying to get themselves out of this one. M able to find a 3rd one here before they're eventually slept, and the Annihilation now gone.
Yeah, Annihilation falls there, and it's just Needle on the point trying to stall it out as much as they can, so that way the rest of their team can spawn in and they won't be able to get that point and try to contest it, which they might be able to do, especially since Star Platinum is there. He could try to contest it from the high ground.
Yeah, and right now, if you're Undead Battery, you have 2 ultimates, almost 3. You don't want to end up using any of them too early in this one, because at the moment, Meta Rejects only really has this nano here from Smugs, and you see Meta Rejects respecting the space that Undead Battery is going to be giving them here right now. Falling back, they don't want to lose anyone too early, but they do lose Akua, the Shadow, though, ready for Star Platinum. They might want to invest this one here. They might be looking for it, especially with a nano coming out here from M, or from Smugs onto M. Poppy looking for anyone, but they're not going to be able to escape.
Yeah, they're not really able to. And even though the Shatter does get popped, it's still Meta Rejects up. Star Platinum falls after that. Dragons come out, but it's all red. It's still in the kill feed, and they're up 1. Even though they still have a few people coming back from spawn, Column M is still fighting as the nano comes out onto the Mei, trying to get it, but they're taking a nap. But they do have the Blizzard up, which could be the great turning point for this team fight.
Somehow, Charybdis able to stay alive through all that there. Won't be able to stay alive through this, though. 4 members of the Rejects just breathing down their throat right there. And now you see them. They're going to be able to get them off the map. They're a huge pin from Star Platinum. But at the end of it all, that'll be the only thing Undead Battery is able to say about that engagement.
Yeah, I'm really surprised, though, going back to the start of that fight. I'm surprised that Star Platinum didn't just see, like, hey, the Ram used the shield, might as well just turn this corner and shatter. You knew that at least 2 of them were there, so might as well at least try to get it, and then they'll use it. They did end up using it, but now they're switching to this Ana monkey comp, something that could be very difficult, especially since you are in the middle of a switch comp and having that Mei with the freeze.
The Blizzard coming out here from Charybdis did find Column M there, but Voltage B in this back line here, able to find Poppy the Dragon now coming out. Needle, I don't think knows where that dragon is, but they do know where Voltage B is now. They're able to find them. They're able to find Charybdis right now. 1:20 here to go. Meta Rejects does have these forward spawns, and they need to try to keep this pressure on Undead Battery here, but Battery needs to try to find some picks.
Yeah, they really do, and especially now that I think the point got back to the middle, so they don't have those early spawns, but M is still alive, beating people up, giving them the fist with the nano boost, and just running over everybody, it seems like, as Akua finds Sherbis with an icicle to the head.
Akua M just picking up kill after kill here for the Rejects. They have their ultimates ready to go here. Undead Battery on life support here at the moment. As you see some swaps coming out from them. Poppy now going over to the Sombra. Charybdis off the Mei, going to the Tracer. These are last-ditch effort picks for them.
Yeah, they really are, as the rally comes out, but the freeze instead. Star Platinum is able to find 1, and Needle stays alive, and I believe it gets Nano too, but the Annihilation comes out for the side of Meta Rejects to try to just keep on running him down, but it's just him alive, and he ends up falling. Undead Battery have 20 seconds to push it basically the entirety of the map, as well as an added on 22 meters.
In a weird way, I feel like Undead Battery is actually in a good spot at the moment. No ultimates ready, not even close for Meta Rejects here. They're about to, they have this Primal Rage ready to go. They have a Pulse Bomb ready to go. Poppy is close to an EMP, and they find Column M really early in this engagement. This is starting to look really good for them. They seem to be able to shut down some of these players.
Yeah, they really do. As Voltage B finds Capital, and Star Platinum finds Smoke, so both Anas are down for each side of the map, so it's just a Lucio versus a Brig, where it's Az is able to find Needle, but it's really just Undead Battery staying alive, making sure they can stay alive, but Meta Rejects comes back with the Reaper and Voltage B, and ends up cleaning up that fight at the very end.
Yeah, Undead Battery, I thought was in a very good spot there. I even said I thought they were, but just even with Poppy finding a pick off there early, they weren't able to really snowball into any other plays there. Meta Rejects, I don't think they had any ultimates ready to go in that team fight, and we saw a couple come out there from Undead Battery. The Primal Rage came out, and the Pulse Bomb came out. The EMP was not able to get off there for them at the end, and maybe, they get EMP with a couple members alive. Maybe we're looking at this map still going at the moment, but Meta Rejects able to take that first map of Coliseum.
Yeah, they really were, and they looked sort of dominant too, being able to sort of get that first point. It wasn't like what we saw with Fish Sticks, Fish Sticks and Silence on that first point, be able to basically almost cap it after your first fight. But they still looked really down at making sure that Undead Battery didn't get that forward progression, making sure they didn't get farther than what they did, stopping them at 1, maybe 2 meters before they were able to get past their checkpoint.
Yeah, absolutely there. But just, like you said, I feel like Meta Rejects, they were dominant. The scoreboard might not necessarily show that, especially with how far they pushed it. But I felt like they played this map smart. They didn't want to overcommit into team fights and easily give up the lead. And the one time they did that, they almost gave up the lead to the Undead Battery. But like, again, just playing very smart. They lose a member, they immediately fall back, let Undead Battery start to push their card up a little bit. And really, my whole feeling was they were waiting for Undead Battery to maybe overextend, make that first mistake in team fights, and then immediately pounce on it.
Yeah, they really were just making sure, like, hey, we can play our game. We just need to have them make mistakes. And Undead Battery, unfortunately, they went a little bit too aggressive. They did have that Reinhardt too, which I feel like there was some plays that could have been made and try to make it so they go really, what's the right word? Sort of, they pocket him more and try to make sure that he's the focal point of that team. Whereas it was sort of like a mixed bag between the DPS and the tank. But I feel like if you're Undead Battery, you're still going to look at that and be like, hey, look, we were close. We could still do this. We could still take advantage of it, especially heading into this next export map.
Yeah, we do know what the next map will be. Hey, we'll go into a new map again here on the Escort. We'll be heading to Watchpoint Gibraltar here. But Karma, like you said, there was at points, and I think one point, especially there on Coliseo, was right after Meta Rejects got that forward spawn. They had maybe invested a couple ultimates too much just to get it, and Undead Battery was coming out with 3 ultimates. As that Shatter, I think, is that you're talking or referencing to, and I would reference to it a lot here. They held on to it there, and I said even before that team fight, maybe hold on a couple ultimates here, try to win one team fight so you have those ultimates and you can snowball it into taking the lead there. You talked about it a little bit. Once you saw that Ramatra pop up their shield, you had a free Shatter ready to go, but they never took that opportunity.
Yeah, it was really just like, hey, you see it, now you can go and you can pop it, especially since you know that there was a few people there, at least there were Ramatra there, because he was just stuck behind a wall and it got broken. At least one of them got broken. Ask him, hey, drop this. I'm going to turn this corner and Shatter. If you got that, you could have, I'm pretty sure all 5 was around that corner right there, and you could have just cleaned them up that way. But now heading into Watchpoint Gibraltar, obviously Gibraltar is well known as a much better dive map rather than a brawl style sort of comp. So it's going to be interesting to see them go into it. And I believe this is our first time seeing it in Tranquility with the new updates into 0.2 and 0.3. So it's going to be different spawns, different sort of, I don't think it's going to be a different meta per se, but I think it's going to be a lot differently played, especially with those being able to get to those high grounds a lot easier than just having a narrow, basically 2x4 doorway that you got to run through. You actually have like a garage door that you can walk through.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, probably won't change the meta or what we kind of expect to see here a little bit. Meta Rejects, though, might try to prove us wrong with that one. But I mean, maybe these changes they made to this map do provide a little bit of difference here for the teams, but I still feel like it'll be a pretty dive heavy here, especially with Undead Battery picking this map. You're probably expecting a dive comp coming out here from them.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised too, especially since they didn't run the Ramatra, they ran the Rhine instead. I wouldn't be surprised if they do decide to run like, hey, let's just go to Winston. We're much more of a main tanky team. I think Rhine, Winston, you could sort of play those. I think a lot of the people play those, especially if you are sort of a newer tank. I think a lot of people sort of like to gravitate towards that Rhine because he's just a fun guy. He's just a big guy with a big blue shield.
You know, fun German grandpa, you know.
Yep.
Fun ones with a big hammer that has some rockets on it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, immediately coming out the gate right now, you see Undead Battery, basically, in my opinion, coming out with what I would consider to be a dive comp. Maybe not Charybdis on the Echo. Maybe that's the one character I wouldn't necessarily expect. But Meta Rejects coming out with a little bit of a dive comp of their own here.
Yeah, I actually personally really like the Echo here, being able to get those stickies and get that close kill. Obviously, Poppy, I believe they're just going to play on the Symmetra just to TP the supports across. But with Voltage B playing the Ashe, they could get a pretty big burn here, especially if they're predicting the CP coming out.
Well, the burn coming out for them right there. Look how much Voltage B already into that ultimate charge there, 10%. And you do see Undead Battery jump onto that high ground there. Actually, I feel... Did Star Platinum miss the jump, and are they just pushing the cart now?
I think they were up there, but I think they dropped because they got fairly low, which it also comes in as there is a swap that I didn't notice before. But Tangent Line is in. We were talking about him beforehand. Probably, I think, in my opinion, one of the best names so far that we've seen today.
Yeah, their secondary name was also a great name, but Tangent Line, a great name as well. Here, Capital also coming in here for Undead Battery.
Oh, that's a massive purple.
Huge. They're not able to find any kills off it though. Undead Battery though trying to get this space on this high ground. Akua will be able to find the first pick here on the Poppy. Meta Rejects definitely going to try to snowball off of that one pick there.
Yeah, they really are, especially just being able to take control of these two supports that are sort of stuck in here, especially with Tangent Line. But luckily the Winston is there to peel back. But Akua has the pulse bomb already, and if they're able to get a stick, that could be the turning point for this team fight, especially since Meta Rejects is still pushing it.
Speaking of the stick, there it is right there. It finds Capital. Charybdis gonna be able to take themselves out there. Needle falling as well. Meta Rejects easily winning this team fight here. Undead Battery though, very close, or actually they're close to this first point.
Yeah, they really are, especially with Capital being able to have the nano already. Obviously Smugs on the side of Meta Rejects has that as well, but really I'm looking at the Echo for Undead Battery, especially against Voltage B, because Voltage only has 60% to their Bob, whereas like we said before, they started off at 10%, so I think that's pretty strong, especially going into this sort of comp.
Yeah, but right now, Undead Battery has to try to find a pick onto someone here. I don't think they found one yet, but as I say that, they find Voltage B. A huge pickoff for them. It does force out this rally here from Itzaz right here. Tangent Line will find Charybdis right now. They do find Poppy. Now they're just flying into the support line again. Star Platinum Primal Raging might be too far away to save them right now. They are purpled at the moment. They're trying their hardest to keep them alive. Needle has to pop their own rally, keep them alive. The Nano now out here onto this Diva. It's a very scary Diva here. Now the Nano also out of Star Platinum. Capital will find Akua here. Right now, Undead Battery gonna have some reinforcements coming in as well. Here comes the duplicate. I don't know if they're looking to go for the Ana, but they're certainly taking.
Yeah, honestly, the Ana copy there too, especially if you're able to get a big purple, that could be big. But heading into this, now you're only at 30.30 meters left, and now it's Meta Rejects trying to hold on to it so that way Undead Battery doesn't cap this point here.
Especially with Bob coming out as Voltage B picks up one. There are 3 kills, 4 kills on the board. I don't think they'll be able to get the ace here as the 5th one died before, but Voltage B coming alive when they needed them.
Yeah, that was really when they needed him to, and I'm surprised as well. I want to go back to Meta Rejects trying to go after Capital and Needle. I'm surprised Capital was able to stay alive for as long as they did, especially with the amount of peel that Needle was doing as well as Star Platinum. I'm surprised that they weren't able to fall more, but Voltage finds Star Platinum, speaking of him. But yeah, it's just Voltage B right now taking control of this high ground, being like, hey, it's mine. I don't care. It's my high ground.
Yeah, but you look at this now for Undead Battery, less than 30 seconds. They have a pulse bomb ready to go. Star Platinum dying as fast as they did there is not what you want to see. They want to get this Primal Rage ready to go. Charybdis swapping over to this Sombra as well. You want to try to see him build up an EMP very quickly here. Poppy does have this pulse bomb ready to go. They're looking for the stick. They find the stick. They find a kill. That's exactly who they needed to get rid of here. Poppy now on cart, so they're gonna at least force an overtime here. Meta Rejects jumping down to the cart at the last moment there. The hack coming out there onto its ads is huge. It gets rid of them. Smugs out as well. Undead Battery looking the best they have so far this round, finding Akua there as well. The Diva will get demacked and taken out, and they've capped the first point here.
Yeah, that was really good, getting that early pick onto Voltage B with the pulse bomb, and then just sort of moving the point. It seemed like they were almost about to C9 it for the side of Meta Rejects because nobody really wanted to drop. And the second that it gets too close, it seemed like everybody dropped. But Star Platinum going into their spawn, trying to get some kills, but ends up giving his life for 1 kill onto its AZ.
They will take that, though, in my opinion. Getting rid of one support, there's no way you can get them back when they fall off the map, and that does give you a lot of space here to just push this card into Capital.
No way Capital stays alive here.
I'm just as confused as you are. Of the Nano coming out, we have a raid boss on the field right now. Charybdis and Capital, though, not able to stay alive here. The raid boss doesn't do anything right now, and Needle now trying to escape with their lives. Star Platinum not going to be able to. Needle eventually succumbs to the fire from that dynamite.
Yeah, if I'm looking at that, was amazing by Capital and Needle trying to stay alive for that long. I don't know how Charybdis died to that bomb, But looking back at it, Meta Rejects now, they do have control of this high ground, control of the spaceship, which is one of the very big power position on this map. And now having 3 ultimates on that batteries, really all they really have is the EMP. Especially if you're playing that split, it could be rough.
Tangerine able to find Poppy out here early. And look at Meta Rejection now. 3 ultimates ready to go. 2 of them could be very scary. Actually, all 3 are very scary ultimates at the moment. Charybdis needs to hold on to this EMP for a good moment right now. Maybe using it to get rid of Bob might be a good idea, but they're already down both their support, so just holding on to that EMP is probably the smartest move for them.
Yeah, it really is, especially now that you're close to the pulse bomb as well. If you're able to EMP maybe the Diva and get a stick onto them so that way they can't do it as they're scouting them out, so that way they can't touch it as they get detected but almost die. Now they have to reset now the entire time and get set back up again.
Yeah, but they still do have these 2 ultimates right now. Meta Rejects still have 2 ultimates of their own, close to a bomb here from Tangent Line as well. Akua getting incredibly low. Tangent Line, though, able to find Capital Star Platinum down. The EMP does come out, finds both supports there for the Rejects, but still no follow-up from it right now. Akua shuts down Poppy and Undead Battery, looking like this is gonna be all they're gonna get, and it's gonna be all they're gonna get. 67 meters after capping that first point. It's not impossible, but you definitely want to try to see a second point cap there for them.
Yeah, it really is, and especially too. One thing I do gotta say though, as well, for Meta Rejects, the one thing I feel like with them diving into Capital, I feel like it was really only one person that kept on diving into it. It was just Tangent Line. I don't feel like they really had all that. They did have some follow-up, especially with Akua on the Tracer, but I feel like there could have been just a little bit more, either like a nade or something like that to try to come and get that purple off. And if they're able to clean that up just a little bit more to get Capital and get Needle, since they've been playing together so well, I think, and if you're able to get a purple, then it could lead to massive success, especially on the attacking side here.
Absolutely here, but Meta Rejects, they've just been a strong team throughout this series so far. Undead Battery, like I said, they definitely looked improved there from their performance on Colosseo, but it really all comes down to, can they match what Meta Rejects did on their defensive round here, which basically that means at least force them to an overtime on this first point.
Yeah, it really can, especially too now that we see sort of 2 different styles. Voltage B does switch over to the Symmetra, so that way they can TP across. I was about to be like, are you going to the Cassidy now? But no, they're going to the Symmetra to try to TP across. For Undead Battery, they're sort of playing what the Meta Rejects were playing on attack instead with the Tracer.
And you do see Poppy right there. Looks like they were expecting that TP play coming out from them, as you immediately see a lot of them get low here. Poppy now has to try to get out of this one alive. Undead Battery cannot afford to lose someone this early. Charybdis gets low, Poppy low, Capital incredibly low here at the moment, but they'll get some healing because they're a support player. Akua, though, taking a lot of damage, purpled as well. They need to try to find this Echo there. They're going to be able to. Star Platinum picking up the first kill here and doing a good job of holding the card.
Yeah, they really are, as they get dove here by Tangent Line, but at the end of the day, they have to fall back because of the burn. But now they're purple as well, but there's a purple on the other side, only lands on a Tangent Line. But hey, now the point is underneath the bridge, something that's going to be very difficult for Undead Battery to try to contest here.
Yeah, and you see some members of Undead Battery fall down. They want to try to hold this card, what seems to be as close as they possibly can here. Poppy gonna have to recall to keep themselves alive there. Actually, no, they might have blinked out of that one somehow. Charybdis, Poppy incredibly low, getting some healed now. Akua trying to be a little bit sneaky here.
Yeah, really trying to be, as Tangent Line tries to dive in the backline, and now Capital and Needle are just sort of surrounded by the rest of Meta Rejects.
Yeah, the support line for Undead Battery, not in a spot you would want to be. The Nano coming out onto the sleeping Tangent Line, and Capital backing up further and further away here. They'll fall. Poppy eventually falls after that. It's all going the way of the Meta Rejects here, and because of that card push that the Battery allowed them to have, they're basically capping second point, our first point already.
Yeah, they really are, and now, especially with this next spawn thing, if they don't get out, they could have just TP'd back to the next spawn and reset as 5, but it looks like they're going to try to take this fight, especially with its Tangent Line standing in there, but he does have the Primal, but Star Platinum falls really low, and now it's going to be rough for the side of Undead Battery to try to refight this.
Yeah, absolutely, but Undead Battery, they need to have one good team fight here, one win, kind of stabilize everything, slow everything down. That is not how you want to start it, though.
No, it really isn't. And now Star Platinum gets Nano, but isn't able to find the sleeping kill and the sleeping target. Capital does find its AZ, and Smugs is here as well to try to fall. But the Nano rally on the side of Needle just looks like it's going to be rough, especially getting sticky and falls to the side of Akua.
Yeah, but you will see Poppy immediately take out Akua there right now. Undead Battery has to get back into this one fast. Meta Rejects, they have some time here, 4 minutes to play with. They don't necessarily need to rush back into this one. But Undead Battery, you know, still 3 ultimates in their pockets right now. Meta Rejects only really has 1. Smugs and Akua, though, can build their ultimates pretty fast, as we have seen them already do that.
Yeah, they really have. Undead Battery already has the Bob, but it's going to be rough for the side of Meta Rejects to try to get it, especially with how difficult it is still to push. But Voltage AB is just moving the point for free, it seems like.
Yeah, you do see Poppy fall down there, and Poppy's still going to keep this one going, but Charybdis falling there, especially with Bob. You might see Meta Rejects try to jump in now. Poppy, though, able to take care of Voltage B in that backline. The Promo Rage coming out here from Star Platinum. Pulse Bomb coming out from Poppy does not find anyone there. You do see Akua duplicate there into the Winston. They're going after Poppy. Needle does fall in that brig duel there. It's as Akua able to find Poppy, and now Meta Rejects finding the kills they need. Her Bob finally coming out here from the Charybdis as they come back. Star Platinum trying to keep themselves alive. They won't be able to do that much longer here. Akua finding them there. Now Bob, last member on car. Charybdis does fall. Bob gone here. Undead Battery having to rush back out here.
Yeah, they really are. Poppy's the only one they can really touch, but Akua gets a 3K to end it off. And Meta Rejects take the win 2-0 versus Undead Battery. Some good moments for Undead Battery, but at the end of the day, Meta Rejects just look super, super strong and do what they wanted to do and capitalized on it completely.
Yeah, absolutely. Meta Rejects, like you said, looked strong throughout the day. Undead Battery had their moments, like you also said, but at the end of it, seemed like Undead's moments just weren't able to stick around as long as Meta Rejects' moments were.
Yeah, they really were. And now, of course, heading into it now, I believe that's our last map of the day. And what has been your standout moment so far from the 3 maps that we've seen?
I mean, still have to go back to our first series of the night. That was a very competitive back and forth series between Fishsticks and the
Dragons. I'm just gonna say Dragons. I'm not. I already made enough of a fool of myself trying to pronounce it during that entire match. They're the Dragons now.
Game of Thrones.
I didn't either.
No, someone said, "Did they not watch Game of Thrones?" in chat. I'm like, "No, I did not."
Nope.
The Dracarys. I think just seeing Donkey Kong in particular pop off on Widowmaker and then pop off on the Junk and the Tracer on the final 2 points of Lijiang Tower, I felt like was a big turning point for that team, because after that we really never saw them look back again from what we saw them on that first map of that series and about the first little bit of struggle they had with Circuit Royale.
Yeah, really, especially after Dabmaster sort of took that heat check. I have to agree with you. Dabmaster was taking that heat check on their attack, and then as soon as that happened, Donkey Kong was just like, okay, I can do it better, and just popped off completely. I think that first shot, we saw that first shot, he goes up, he hits Dabmaster, doesn't kill him because of the Widow nerfs, and then ends up just rolling him completely because he's like, okay, I'm gonna carry this. Ended up doing well, and even though on the second match between Silence and Fish Sticks, I almost said Fish Takers for some reason, Fish Sticks, you saw Donkey Kong sort of not really carry that second map, but you saw Aurora and Vino pop off completely, sort of and Donkey Kong was sort of able to take a backseat and sort of be like, okay, I've done what I can do now.
Yeah, especially Navino basically ending that series there with that double remech kill there was a huge play coming out from them there. But still, there were people that you could talk about from that Silence team. Try was excellent finding kills with the support characters, and we talked about that a lot. It seemed like they did a lot to try to keep their team in team fights, sometimes full out winning team fights because Try was able to find some kills here. Then we kind of go into this series here. Meta Rejects, like you said, were basically dominant on Colosseo, even though the scoreboard at the end didn't necessarily really show it. They just played that map incredibly smart. And then heading into Watchpoint Gibraltar, which was the map pick of Undead Battery, they wanted to run a dive comp, and Meta Rejects came right back out with their own dive comp, and it gave a lot of fits to Undead Battery to the point where they struggled to get anything going.
Yeah, which can I just say one thing? You can't have the name Meta Rejects and play the meta. That's the one thing I noticed while playing, and I'm like, hey, they're running the meta a little bit. I think that's the meta for these maps. But hey, at the end of the day, it's all fun and games. But hey, yeah, like you were saying, Meta Rejects looked dominant. Undead Battery, they did have some flashy moments, especially with Star Platinum being able to get some pretty good kills. The rest of the team looking pretty good. Poppy, I think, popped off a little bit, but again, at the end of the day, Meta Rejects just looked a step ahead, and I'm honestly really excited to watch Meta Rejects versus Fish Sticks. I don't think they've played yet. Obviously they haven't played yet because we saw both Fish Sticks play. But with them playing tomorrow, I'm excited to watch them play if I'm able to, because I think those could be the two teams that we're seeing in the championship.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, maybe we see a rematch of that first series we saw tonight in the championship game. It seemed like those two teams kind of had their number for each other, but just one player kind of took over that series there between the Dracaris and Fish Sticks there. But Karma, that will do it for us here tonight. Quick shout out to our producer, our cameraman, everything behind the scenes tonight. Finn, they did a great job making sure that we saw everything, or that you saw everything that we saw here tonight. Karma, it was a pleasure to cast with you here. I'll let you sign us off, but before we do, remember, once our stream ends here, I believe on Tranquility 2, they're still playing, I believe.
I believe they are. Oh, maybe not. The Discord is empty. I don't see Casting B have anybody in it. I think they're gone. But yeah, again, obviously tomorrow we have more games for you guys tomorrow. Keep around. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna be here tomorrow. I know that much. I don't think you're gonna be here, Dex. I know I'll be here. You're not gonna be here. That's gonna be a sad day. But hey, like we said, of course, recapping our day, Fish Sticks won the first two maps versus Dexatron and versus Silence, and then heading to the third map, we saw two new teams, Meta Rejects versus Undead Battery. Meta Rejects takes a 2-0. For myself, for Dex, for Finn in the back, we've all had a great night. I hope you guys did too. We'll see you guys tomorrow.